Good morning, everybody. I see you all there in the comments. What's going on, nation? What's going on, global? What's going on, kindness rising? Matt Roof, 7:30 this morning. The guy got up, got after it. He sure did, everybody. What's going on? I see you all there in the feeds. Good morning. I'm your host, I'm Keith Bilous. You are here for another jam-packed favorite live morning show packed with motivating content. Guys, there is not a morning show on the planet. There's not a morning show on the planet like this show happening right now. Yeah, true story. Hey, my wife's sleeping upstairs. She ain't sleeping anymore. Nope. We're talking about it today. Stop saying I love you. It's like, fuck that. Oops, yep, this is an R-rated experience. We got an incredible lineup today, diving deep into men's motivation. Yes, we are emotional check-ins at even. A little morning fitness over 50. Trust me, guys, this is your daily morning motivation, and you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it daily. The live Mornings in the Lab network getting after it every single day right here on the platform. But first, remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Just a friendly reminder, like we put it during the old the countdown. This is an R-rated. If you missed a little banner in the top left corner, it says an R-rated show. So, because I know I got a guess, it's just going to swear the whole time. Yeah, Brad Eaton joining us on the show here today. The bad Brad coming up here on the show. He's dropping bombs left and right. I'm sure he's going to drop bombs left and right. Keep me accountable. He's like, fuck, man, I'm trying to get on the show, but there's no links. I'm like, dude, you broke it. You broke the fucking system. Yeah, Brad broke the system. So we have this onboarding system to our show, and all weekend the guy just fucking email and go, I'm trying to get on the show. I'm like, dude, just chill out, man. You broke the system. Anyways, Brad Eaton coming up at the bottom of the hour here on Mornings Live with Keith and Friends. Guys, remember, you hit that snooze button, you are going to be behind. Brad Eaton didn't hit the snooze button. He's been here all night. Matt Roof didn't hit the snooze button. He was up for his kids till 2 a.m. last night. Guess who still got up and got after today? Matt Roof. Yeah. Actually, Jimmy, I got a rant. Too many of you guys want to be the 1%. Too many. But you all don't want to put the work in. Yeah. True story. You fucking wallow and you want. I want to be an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, you want? I want to be an entrepreneur. Being an entrepreneur is getting up, getting after every single day. No days off. No long weekends, no balance. Balance is bullshit. Get up, get after it every single day. Be the single fish. Do you want to be Kobe Bryant or do you want to be in the stands? Do you want to be LeBron? Do you want to be in LeBron James or do you want to be the audience? That's the question you have to ask yourself every single day. That's what we talk about here on the show. Content, conversation, inspiring content to get you up and get after it. Who am I? I've done a few things in my life. I got up and got after it for a long time. Built a company, sold it $50 million. Yes. No, I said $50 million. No, yeah, 50 million. Yeah, Jimmy, that's a 5 and a 0. True story. So I've been getting up, getting after it for a little bit of time. I come from the social media space. Hey, guys, big day today, third hour. Coming up here in the lab, third hour. We're getting up and getting after it for 3 hours today on the show. We are going to drop what we're calling Inside the AI Lab. We're going to drop some news here in the third hour on the world of AI, digital marketing, social media marketing. I'm digging into the history of my experiences and the history of my experience right now. Share it with all of you guys. It's going to be sharing, teaching, educating. Big months in the world of AI right now. I'm telling you, Grok 4 heavy launching, GPT 5 launching this month, and along Keith here lives with it every single day. So I'm going to share my experience with you guys along the way. All right, Jim, I'm just getting through my notes here, brother. Just getting through my notes. All right. And then we're going to get a wild take on relationships, what happens in the second hour. We're going to talk about I love you and how that sparks a deeper divide, and a comeback story that hits harder than a protein shake at dawn. Brad Eaton, like I said, the man who went from 135 pounds to bodybuilding champion after battling celiac disease. A breakdown of the 5 exercises men over 50 should immediately stop doing, plus what to do instead. And for the thrill seekers, what roller coasters do to your body and mind, and why your gut might never forgive you. And don't go anywhere, guys, because today, like I said, we got that third hour inside the lab. All right, gentlemen, mugs up, mindsets ready. Let's dive right into today's expanded 30-minute morning loop.
5 a.m., Venice Beach. Life seems to be stuck on an endless loop called the morning loop.
The morning loop? Dude, I've been sitting here since 2025. No wonder it feels like a big loop. Oh, wait. What's up, nation? Brad here. I'm your man on the street here today in Venice for why I stopped saying I love you to my wife. Hey, Keith, I'm curious. Why would you stop saying I love you to your wife?
Johnny, you ever stop saying I love you to your wife?
Of course not. But I will say that word is kind of funny. It can be used almost like a goodbye.
Oh, interesting you say that, actually, because I got some notes that that's fuck you in my head, brother. Are you in my head? I got some notes where that word has, you're right, might have just taken on this whole adage of it's like goodbye. It's actually become a commodity. They called it a commoditized word.
Yeah, you have to earn that word in my world.
Yeah. How are you? How was the salt unloading yesterday? I had a quick little 10-minute catch up with John. Keith and Johnny don't talk much off show because we like to keep it honest for you guys. So I had a little chat with Johnny yesterday, and he was unloading salt or loading salt for his saltwater pool. However, nation, before you get too stressed out about Johnny, Terry was doing all the work.
Yeah, she normally does it. I tell her I'll come with you today. It's insane. Like, when you put how much salt goes into one of these things, it's a big pool, so you got to keep that in mind. But the first time we put it in, there was like 40-pound bags.
Yeah.
To get it up to where it needed to be. That's insane. And it all just dissolves and goes into the water. It's crazy.
That's awesome. I see you guys all there in the comments. I see you, Global. What's going on, Global? What's going on, Nation? Global, some alternative phrases called, oh, I'm in love with you. I adore you. You are my everything. I cherish you. I'm crazy about you. I care about you. Good morning, Holroyd. I see you there, brother. The TikTok trend is not saying I love you when your wife says it to video her reaction. Yeah. Johnny, I like to use the term often, I like you. Because I find life is different than love.
It's, because that's very true. I mean, think of it like this. I think people can relate to this.
Yeah.
How many people in your life love you? They'll do anything for you, but do they like you?
So it's interesting to hear you say that. When Lauren and I started getting together and spending time together and falling in love, she's the one who really introduced me to that concept. And I mean that really respectfully, because she's like, I really like you. And I was like. She's like, yeah, think about that for a second, because I really like spending time with you. Like there's love and there's light.
It's a different dimension. It's a different dimension.
Yeah. And, you might like spending time with someone, but might not love them. And I'm not suggesting that there's differences, but I found that quite striking. So I will often, we exchange I love yous quite often. We're going to talk about it later on in the show here. But the I like you is a different phrase for a different meaning. And I will intentionally use it. Then I'll actually tell you, Johnny, I'll intentionally use it with folks that I meet in the world, even on the show or after the show, where I want to tell you that, I really like you, man. I like what you stand for. And I think people like to hear that.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like with when Tara and I communicate, there's certain things that we call, there's certain things that are important to each one of us. Right.
Yeah.
And like when, think of like this, when you get into a push-pull thing, a lot of times it feels like that person doesn't like you. Especially if that push-pull exists for any length of time, like weeks or months.
Yes.
And so that's the thing. I keep that in check. I'm like, honey, do you like me right now? Because I know you love me. There's not a question. I understand that fully. I never question that. But right now, do you like me?
Dude,
sometimes you could see there's a little bit of a pause, and she's like, she's being honest. There's some things that I'm doing that are getting under her fucking skin. So we'll talk about it.
That is so well said, brother. We have the same conversations in this house. There's some times where I'm like, Lauren, I'm not liking you right now. Like, you're kind of acting like a tool. Right. And she's like, well, you're acting like a tool too. I'm like, okay. And it doesn't mean we don't love each other, because there's a dimension of love. Right. But it's like me saying to you, Anderson, you're kind of being an idiot right now, man.
Do you say to your wife, you're acting like a tool?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And you're busting me up for calling Terry a woman. Shit.
Well, come on. Well, but isn't that about? But no, let's lean here. But isn't that about respect though? Because if you love somebody and you communicate, well, here's an example.
But I agree. I agree with the concept. But you could pick a better adjective.
I love my wife. Even though she's a tool.
Well, that's not a question. That's not the conversation.
I will tell you something though. Full confession, because that's what we do on the show. Full confession, full vulnerability. So today's big day, big week. As I was telling you yesterday, so we're to make some changes to the show. The morning loop's going to 30 minutes now. Going to lean into some current events, and as we know, we're continuing to drive value. Johnny, our show's growing. Right, our chemistry is bubbling to the top. And so Morning Loop now is going to be a 30-minute experience. Going to drop some current events and news. And honestly, I'm not ready at all today. But you know why? I'm going to tell you why.
Perfect.
I'm going to tell you why. True story why. Because my wife, apparently it's a long weekend for the regular folks. And I was getting after it yesterday, and my lovely wife's like, hey, let's go for dinner. And I was like, dinner's going to be a 2.5 hour commitment. I really want to go for dinner with you. However, if I go for dinner with you, it's going to mean that I'm not going to get some things done on the show here today. So, Johnny, but I had a commitment for things here today. So I'm going to throw something at you. I suspect, I'm just going to put my hand up, most folks that are the 99% would say, okay, well, I'm going to go for dinner with my wife and I'll do that shit the next day or someday or another day or next week. Because and I said to myself, no, actually, Jimmy, we're doing what we said last week. We're doing it today. And then we're going to be 1% better today and 1% better tomorrow. By the end of the week, we're going to be 5% better than we started on Sunday. My point is I made a choice yesterday to spend time with my wife and spend time, with the balance over here at the not even the expense, but at the expense of teaching our audience that, dude, just show up, put the effort in. It doesn't have to be perfect. Jon Andersen.
100%. I totally agree. And the flip side of that, and I've done this plenty of times, I get up at freaking 2:00 in the morning because I need that extra hour.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And I say extra because I already get up at 3. So there's not a lot of fucking wiggle room for getting up early for me. But when it comes down to it, if something's really important at night,
yes,
and something's really important in what I need to get done, I can't shift that social situation with a loved one to 2 a.m, but I can shift the work I need to get done to 2 a.m. And then that's a special case. And it's brother in our show, like I always say, I think the fact that it's not perfect and not totally planned is what makes it good. I mean, our conversation yesterday, I'm better when I don't know what's coming.
Yes.
When people have me on podcasts, they say, I'm going to send you a list of questions. Say you send it, but I ain't looking at it. Well, what are we supposed to talk about? I don't care. Ask me what you want. If I don't like the question, I'll dance.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Hey guys, you guys can join the show live with us right now or in the Mornings in the Lab community. To join the show, I invite you 431-300-3005 phone, text, or leave a voicemail. Come say hi in the comments on the channel. We are active on the vertical stream right here. I see you guys over on the horizontal as well. I see you, Sullivan, over there on the horizontal. Young Conqueror, I see you on the horizontal. We were talking about why we should not say I love you to our wife, and Global is getting after it with some big comments in the stream as well. And
hey, guys, brother, going back to that one more time, we're fucking live. It's supposed to be a little off.
I know. Yeah, well, I love that you say that, but as we also talked, right? So what I love about live and what I love about creating the illusion of live is all the magic that goes on behind the scenes that people don't know about. And like, oh my God, that's pretty awesome. Speaking of awesome, dude, I'm a wrestling fan. I always have been my whole life, dude. I just got a cookie to tell you. Last night, I don't care what anybody thinks this is our show. Brock Lesnar made an appearance last night in WWE, came back and fucking F5 John Cena. And it was just really neat because I love how those guys produce shows, man. They're just so over the top, right? And just the way that it's entertainment at its finest, Jon Andersen. It really is, man. It really is.
Hey, brother, it is totally, but I'm sorry to change the subject. I just saw a pop-up that said that we're not streaming on LinkedIn. And
we're having somebody says that we're having some troubles posting the LinkedIn. It looks like it's a problem with
as long as you know it, I'm a good Indian, and when it comes to the tech, I'm an Indian, baby. I'm not the chief.
You are awesome. To those that are watching the show not live over on the podcast, talk about later on the show, or on the YouTube channel, I invite you guys to come and join us in the Mornings in the Lab community. Yes, where we keep the conversation going right after the show.
Come on, baby.
Let's go. Jimmy.
All right, Mornings in the Lab Nation. I've got a simple question for you this morning. Have you joined our community yet? Because if not, why the fuck not?
You heard him. You can join the Live conversation right now. Call me 431-300-3005.
All right, guys, imagine going from basically, Johnny, starving at 135 pounds because your body couldn't absorb nutrients. You're going to appreciate the guest coming up, I think, to becoming a competitive bodybuilder at 52 and helping his wife get off 6 diabetes medications.
Nice.
Yes. We got Brad Eaton today, the real life. Today's guest who says 91% of Americans, Johnny, I knew you're going to love this, man. 91% of Americans are metabolically broken And the healthcare system is keeping us sick on purpose, Jon Andersen.
Yep. 100%.
That's
right. We're bringing this cat up at in 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And then the second half of the show, Johnny, we're going to get into why I stopped saying I love you to my wife. And, as I threw it and stopped the show here, we're going to start with the question. How many times a day do you say I love you to your partner? For many of us, it just seems like an automatic sign off. And Johnny, you dropped it too, where it's like a reflex. It's like a goodbye, see you later, hello.
Yeah, that's when and I know plenty of people in my world, and I don't, it's their deal, so I don't say shit.
Yeah.
They love you. It's like, see you later.
Yes.
And it's not, I love you, not taking ownership. It's love you. Like when I say that shit, I'm going to have an I on the front of that bucker.
Man, I love your use of words, brother, because the power of that I in front of the love you is so important. But because what if that very habit, the I love you, that repetition is secretly draining the power from the most important words? So we're going to talk about that later on in the show here. The power of I love you.
Let me show one more little thing though. The whole I love you to your wife, right?
Yeah.
So you can say you love her in 1,000 different ways. You can literally say it. You can pinch her butt. You can give her a kiss.
Yes.
There's so many ways you can tell it. And to her, then when you use that phrase, it's going to be more powerful.
Yes.
All these other little things have kind of supported what you're saying.
Yeah. Johnny, are you a roller coaster fan? You don't strike me as one who is.
I used to be when I was young. Then I had a couple of fucking traumatic experiences, and I said, fuck this shit.
Dude, hold on a second. You had
yeah.
Uncle Keith's leaning into this one. I had a couple of traumatic experiences on the roller coaster. Jon Andersen, do tell.
So, I love roller coasters, and as my journey of becoming a pro athlete got bigger, so did I.
Yeah.
And it became, I wasn't fitting into these things very well.
No shit.
And so there was like 2 experiences that really fucked me up. Right. So one of them, it was actually a roller coaster at Buffalo Bills. At the time, it was like one of the fastest in the country. Right. But it was a kind of an old fucker. It's like right when you're coming into Vegas. Right.
Yeah.
At one point, it's pretty famous. Well, there was 2 ways you could get yourself held in. There was a little old seatbelt that went around your waist, right? Yeah. And then there was this other bar that went over your legs that would hold you. See, I didn't understand that was protecting you from a reverse G. That makes sense?
Yes, it does.
But it wouldn't fucking come up and stay on my legs. Yes. Well, I got the seatbelt on, and the fucking guy didn't catch it, right? It didn't click. It didn't fucking lock. So where we go, dude? This motherfucker, we're going like, I don't know, 90 so fast. And we're going over these fucking bumps, and the reverse G is like, I'm like going to fly to my fucking chair. Yes, and I got this little fucking seatbelt holding me in, nothing on my legs, which is really what's holding you in from the reverse G. The seatbelt just kind of like the secondary, don't fall out of the side.
So were you finding yourself you must have been holding yourself in?
I was fucking shitting in my pants. I was just envisioning myself shooting through the air 90 miles an hour as the fucking roller coaster was going down. I was still going up. Oh, dude, I was holding on. It was like once it registered what was going on, I was like, holy shit. That's what this mechanism was supposed to do. And I'm at that point, I'm fucking jerking on this thing. I can't get it to click over my legs. I'm doubling my legs over. It just won't go. So I got done with that. And it was like, I honestly can say that was probably one of those times where I was probably the most scared in my life because if I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to go fucking shooting through the air at 90 miles an hour. I don't want to die that way. You know what I mean? There's so many other better ways that I would not be afraid of dying. This is not like this, not like this. That's what I'm telling myself over and over, dude. It was so bad. Then the other one was basically I'm getting in this thing and I'm with my kids, right? Yes. And the thing comes over the top of you, right? And they can't fucking get it to click. So you got 2 of the fucking attendants, and keep in mind these are like 18-year-old fucking kids. They don't know what they're doing. They just think it's funny. Yeah, I know. They're fucking got their feet on. They're just jamming it to get it to click one fucking time. Normally it goes. You got a number of clicks to hold you in there.
Yes.
And once this thing it clicks and boom, it took off. I'm getting ready to say, you know what? I'm out of here. Right. The second one comes up, hits it with the leg, click, boom, it goes. I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go again.
Dude.
So I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. They're designed for me to fit in here. So I'm not going to, I'm retiring from my roller coaster, whatever you want to call it.
I say it all the time, Nation. You can get all the facts you want from any AI on the planet about roller coasters, but you're not getting real life experiences like you get here on the show. There's Jon Andersen's roller coaster experiences. But have you ever wondered what's actually happening inside your body, Johnny, besides maybe shitting your pants as you're rocking down a roller coaster at breakneck speeds? Today, I'm going to unpack some astonishing ways that roller coasters accelerate, the effort you physically and psychologically have on your body. And the guys coming up in a few moments at the bottom of the hour, we have a gentleman who lost 135 pounds because his body couldn't absorb nutrients. And he suspects that 91% of Americans are metabolically broken and the healthcare system is keeping us sick on purpose. Johnny, I got to tell you something funny. You said jerking on the roller coaster there. I do my morning reading to get us set up for the show here today. And I'm reading and I found one of the articles where, it's like these, I don't know, Dear Abby or like asking for help from us, right? And this woman's like, I don't know what to do at night. My husband jerks off in bed laying next to me, and I don't mind him doing that. But when he comes, he takes my hand and comes in my hand and then wakes me up and says, look what I've done. And she's like, should I think that that's gross or should I be mad at my husband? I'm like,
it's fucking weird, dude. Look what I've done. I mean, in a weird way, I'm thinking, this guy, like, is he trying to get her to come and sit on top of him in the middle of this?
Oh, my God.
There's got to be a purpose. What's the purpose behind that? It's motivated to do for something.
Dude, I had no intentions of sharing that, but because it's one of those things you read and it goes out of your mind because there's no value to it whatsoever. But when you said jerking, I was like, oh, I just read a stupid story about some guy jerking off into his wife's hands in the middle of the night. Hey, Mike McQuillan, fit presenter of Johnny Buffalo Bills. I love that coaster. It goes over.
Yes, that's the one, man. That's the one. Fuck.
Yeah. Mike. Hey, McQuillan, you're due for a visit on the show here, man. We haven't had you in a long time here. Thanks, Jimmy. You looking at the wrong cam. We got to get you on here, McQuillan. Yes, and Mike Sullivan. The toe matters too. We're talking on the second hour, guys. Top of the second hour, we're going to talk about saying "I love you" to our wife. Enthusiasm is the secret of success. Johnny Walter Chrysler, American car maker, and then we got Global coming back with yes, Global. It is the handsome Chief Keith Bilous right here, brother. I love you more than words can wield that matter, King Lear. And he's just dropping. Global's just dropping the quotes here left and right. Good job, Global. I'm loving it. All right, and then we also got a conversation, Johnny, coming up on the show today, which is after we talk about "I love you" with our wives and so forth, we're going to get into. I sold my company for $50 million. Now I'm building an AI startup. Today I'm going to talk about it with John in the second hour here today on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Jimmy.
Dude, did you say $50 million? And now you're building an AI company. Thank God for AI. Oh, wait.
You heard the man? Subscribe to the channel and come join our community.
Like, why wouldn't you join the Mornings in the Lab community? I did.
Hey, did you hear what we are doing next on the Morning Loop? Yeah, man, news and current events. Finally a source I can trust.
Yes, so we were going to plan to do some news and current events coming up here on the show here today, but I went on a date with my wife last night instead. Yeah, true story. Because I knew what we were going to talk about I stopped saying I love you. So I'm like, okay, baby, we're going to go on a date. We went for a nice dinner last night. Had a little dessert. Just a little dessert. Just a little truffle. Little truffle. And then spend some time together before today. So we're not going to get into too many current event news here items today. But hey, guys, we are expanding the 50-minute morning loop to the 30-minute morning loop starting today, tomorrow. And hey, we always talk about because I could have started this tomorrow, and I could have said, oh, I'll start one day, I'll start someday. And it's funny, guys, because Johnny on Friday I was talking with Jimmy and the gang here, and I was like, hey, I'm thinking about, we were talking about adding this third hour to the show, and I'm thinking about it. 2 minutes later, okay, we're doing it. When? Monday. Yeah, not waiting for one day. We're gonna do it right now. So there you go. Third hour starting today on the show. Talking AI and business, Johnny, on the Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Johnny, and friends.
Hey, was that one of the transitions I was supposed to get up and get to take a piss?
There you go. I think you did, didn't you?
I didn't make it. It was like, fuck, that was so quick. I just got to the toilet. I'm like, fuck, maybe that wasn't the right transition. But yeah, those are the ones we're talking about.
Yeah, and we're making more, and we're gonna have some more fun with these things here.
Okay. So if I'm not back when you come back, it's okay. You're good.
Yeah, exactly, brother. Yeah, if you come back when I'm not, if I come back and you're not back, and I'm not back, we'll just put Jimmy on the air. We'll just figure it out. We'll just figure it along the way here. So, all right, Jimmy. Listen, brother. So, Jimmy, we're gonna skip over the current event stuff here today, Jim, because we're going to bring in our guest, the man of the hour, the guy who's sitting there patiently, the guy who broke the system. Yeah, Brad Eaton. Jimmy, let's do it, brother.
What if everything you've been told about transformation is backwards? Most men hit their 40s feeling trapped by their biology, watching their energy drain while their waistlines expand, convinced that decline is inevitable. But breakthrough research in evolutionary biology reveals that our bodies are designed for radical transformation at any age. It's learning to work with the ancient systems that have kept humans thriving for millennia. When you understand how to trigger these dormant pathways, the results can be extraordinary. The secret lies in small, strategic stresses that awaken your body's adaptive intelligence, turning your metabolism into a precision instrument for sustained energy and vitality. Your transformation doesn't start tomorrow. It starts with your next choice.
Guys, I teased at the beginning of the show here. Imagine going from basically starving at 135 pounds because your body couldn't absorb nutrients to becoming a competitive bodybuilder at 52 and helping your wife get off. Yeah. Hang on that word, you guys. I'm teaching you guys. 6 diabetes medications. That's not a Hollywood script. That's the real life of today's guest, Brad Eaton, who says 91% of Americans are metabolically broken and the healthcare system is keeping us sick on purpose. On behalf of Jon Andersen, myself, and the entire gang here at Mornings and Alive with Keith, John, and Friends, we're bringing into the show here today Brad Eaton, the founder of Homesis Health and Fitness and the creator of something called the Metabolic Archetype Method. What's shaking, Brad?
Hey, good morning, Keith. You guys are doing great work. Glad to be here.
Thank you, my friend. What's great about it besides my handsome appearance?
Oh, you guys are just hitting the topics really hard and honestly and energetically. I mean, I'm just full of energy now because of you guys.
Yeah, there you go. So where are you joining us from today? You know what, Jimmy? I see Marty hanging out there patiently. Let's bring in Marty right now while Johnny's bringing himself in here. Let's bring in the brother from a different mother, Christopher Martin, hanging out with us this morning all over from Maryland. What's up, Marty?
What's going on? How you doing, Brad?
Good, thanks. Good morning.
So, Brad, where are you joining us from today?
I'm in Claremont, New Hampshire.
Claremont, New Hampshire. Okay, awesome. And you got up and got after today. Hang out. Listen, I see you have a veteran shirt on. Are you?
Yeah. So I am a veteran. I put that brand up on my site. Yeah.
Nice.
Right underneath it is hard style health.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. It's something I really believe in.
So I really want to get into it, man. I got you for 30 here today. I was really excited to have today's conversation with you, Jay, because of your journey.
Yeah.
You were literally wasting away at 135 pounds because of an undiagnosed celiac disease. Here's what I find fascinating about this. There's guys, there's women, there's folks tuning into our show right now that might be having some of those same challenges. But instead of accepting your fate, like I'm going to say it, man, I'm going to fucking say it because I got this impassion these days. People are lazy. 99% of the folks want to be the 1%, but they just want to sit and not do anything about it. You didn't sit. You did something about it. You completely rebuilt your biology. You said, I'm not accepting what everybody else is saying. I'm not sitting here being a naysayer. I'm not going to sit and fucking whine and bitch about it. I'm going to get up. I'm going to define a new mission. I'm going to create my own highway. And you went up and you gained 50 pounds of muscle. Became a competitive bodybuilder at 52, but that's not even the best part, Marty. The guy took what he learned from his transformation and helped his wife, who he didn't say I love you to a while, I'm joking, completely reverse type 2 diabetes. We're talking, you took her from 6 medications to 0, all because you decided not to accept what somebody said, which was, hey, Brad, you got celiac disease, you're just going to fucking waste away and be nothing.
Yeah, that's it. That's absolutely it. So
as simple as that?
Well, so I guess I'd offer to people in this day and age, there are forces that keep us stuck in this spot that they give us a false sense of security that you're healthy. Just abdicate your responsibility over to, and I, medical people are great, but it's, in many cases, it's the idea of abdicate your responsibility for your health over to them and don't worry about it. Don't even investigate health for yourself. Just go to your physical and we'll take care of you. And unfortunately, that's too biased by big pharma, by big food, by the medical community makes their money when you're sick. So there's not much of an incentive to make you well. So you really got it. Like in my case, I was fortunate. I had an internal medicine doc. I'd been many years low weight. I could eat more than anybody else and never gain any size. And psychologically, it was a little bit degrading too, right? 135 pounds and you're a guy, and it just kind of eats away at you. And so yeah, he was great. Internal medicine doc. He ran the tests, found I had the markers, inflammation for autoimmune for celiac disease, and that was all I needed at that point. I knew what the problem was then, and I knew the path forward. Don't eat anything with wheat and gluten, and just from there, in the beginning, I didn't know much about training or nutrition or any of that stuff. I just ate everything in sight and trained hard every day. And and I thought in the beginning, I thought if I just train hard every day, I'll be Arnold in some period of time. But at one point, I did. I gained 60 pounds of lean body mass. Wow. I learned a lot through this process.
Well, let me jump in right there, Brad. I'm real quick. I love to hear you talk, but I just want to say to everybody listening, you see, he understood, he figured out what food worked with him, which allowed him to do that. That's why you got to remember, we're also individual. And once we figure out our individual formulas, it's much easier to make that progress. My man right here literally explaining how once he figured out what not to eat, put on 60 pounds, man. Let's go. Great job, brother. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the funny thing too, then is, friends I was working with suggested, well, you should compete. I said, okay, so give it a try. Well, things I didn't realize is my theoretical lean body mass maximum was 160 pounds. And I was at 220 now. So I just really blew past, where I should be optimally. And then it was a process of to prep for the contest of losing 30 pounds of body fat. And I only gave myself 8 weeks to do that. So it was a very
that's not much time, brother. That's like half of what you should be using.
Yeah, absolutely. So I, at that point, I was tuned in on, I got to research and find how to do this specifically, because I can't fail. I can't go on the stage.
You did this all by yourself? You didn't have a coach helping you?
No, all by myself.
Oh, mercy!
Oh man, that's super impressive.
So what I ended up finding, and Lyle McDonald, I'll mention his name. You guys might know him. He's got a lot of good work. But so I did targeted keto. And in 8 weeks, I lost 30 pounds of body fat with no loss of lean mass. And it was a very calculated process. In the beginning, I had a huge calorie deficit, but believe it or not, as I lost body fat, I added in more food to maintain the lean mass. So it was a great journey. And then, from there, I met my wife. And so, as you mentioned, I mean, she was a size 16 at the time. And so all I knew at that point is we wanted to help her, get a little smaller, and she started training with me, and we put her on a low carb, at that time, ketogenic diet. And I'm not pushing a ketogenic diet, but that's what she did. And she just went to a size 4 and then came off all the meds. And it was just amazing. So shortly after that, I started working at a medical clinic and directing the lifestyle program. And then I just started seeing everybody who was sick and trying to lose weight and just couldn't get there. And at a certain point, I understood that the calories are a part of it, but different foods affect your hormones in different ways. And in her case, her foods, her carbohydrates, caused excessive insulin and was the reason she couldn't lose any weight. So when we understood that, then she just got really lean. She was healthy, and all her lab markers, every single one of her lab markers became optimal. And oddly enough, her lab markers defy what the medical community say you should be at. So she has high LDL, and they would put her on a statin, but she's not because she has very low inflammation. There's a marker called HSCRP.
Well, real quick, I want to back you up on that, brother. Cholesterol is something that's so misunderstood. If you're a healthy, active person, higher levels of cholesterol, there's no issues. It's just if you're sedentary, you eat like shit, your high level of cholesterol, because there's HDL, there's LDL. So everybody make it simple. H is the happy, that's the good. L, that's the lousy. If your LDL is high and you are sedentary and you eat poorly, it's your major risk of having that cause you problems. But if you're happy and healthy and putting effort into your lifestyle, cholesterol is brain function, it's sex drive, it's all sorts of stuff. And, funny enough, to one more thing about you were saying about the statins, and I say to everybody, don't trust me, go do your own research. But you're going to find that shortly before they released all these statins, they lowered the level of acceptable cholesterol.
Yeah, that's right.
Isn't that's quite interesting?
That's absolutely right, John. Man, glad to hear you say that. That is so right. Absolutely right. So that's exactly what was happening with her. So, you'd see this high LDL, but if you're really worried about atherosclerosis and
yes.
And so what are the real concerns with atherosclerosis? Well, high blood pressure, that's what affects the nature of your vascular stuff. So high blood pressure, inflammation, then if you alter your cholesterol, so it's not just cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, it's a problem. It's the quality of them. So if you have big fluffy LDL, it's less of a contribution problem. You have small dense particles, that is part of a problem, along with high blood pressure and along with inflammation. And
to further that, is the LDL actually creating a problem? If it's high and it makes a problem, okay, we got to deal with it. If it's not creating a problem, that means that person, that body is good running on a little bit of higher cholesterol.
Absolutely. And there she is. That just like you're saying. So here she is with high LDL, right? But her inflammation, no
side effects.
A marker of inflammation. I'll just put out one kind of technical one. It's HSCRP. So CRP is a protein produced by the liver. It kind of is a cumulative indicator of inflammation that could happen throughout your body. It kind of summarizes up. And HS is high sensitivity. So if you look at that, now they'll say, for example, between 1 and 3 would be normal, and above 3 you'd be high risk. I'll come back to the normal piece quickly, but her HSCRP is 0.6. She has no inflammation, none. And then another interesting thing is there are some other markers if you're worried about plaque and such on your arteries. One of them is, and I don't try to commit myself to the full names of these abbreviations, but one is LPPLA2. So it can be an indicator of the amount of soft plaque that's building up, right? An indicator of soft plaque buildup. You know what? Hers went down. She is eating more fat. Her cholesterol is high, and that marker showed that the indicators of soft plaque are getting better and going down.
Well, on that level, brother, I mean, I love it. This is good shit. Essential fats actually lower blood pressure. They help with, so people think, oh my God, I got to avoid fat. No, you got to avoid the shitty fat. You got to avoid the shitty fat and the sugar, because those two put together, that's going to cake up inside your arteries. And if you're not moving and that blood is moving slow all the time and never speeds up, you are a prime candidate for a big problem. But think of it like this. We're having a cholesterol conversation, but let's take testosterone, because men, obviously, we deal with testosterone. Some people naturally are like way at the top, like 10, 1,100, 1,000. Some people are down low. Those people up high, men, they don't have any problems. So there's no problem. Why treat it? That's what we're doing with cholesterol. It's like, okay, it's out of the range of what we want, so we can prescribe you statins. So let's get all fucking bent out of shape here. It's right. Everybody's such an individual. If there's a marker in your body and it's not creating a problem, why treat the lack of a problem?
Hey guys, you're hanging out with Keith Bilous, Jon Andersen, C. Marty Fit, Brad Eaton here this morning. Brad Eaton is the founder of Hermesis Health and Fitness and the creator of the Metabolic Architect Method. His transformation story is remarkable. We've been getting out for the last 15 minutes here. He went from a malnourished 135 pounds due to undiagnosed celiac disease to becoming a competitive bodybuilder at the age of 52, placing third in his first Masters. But guys, ears up for what's next. And I'm going to get to the comments because you guys are dropping bombs in the comments here in a quick second. Most importantly, Brad helped his wife go from a size 16 down to a size 4 in a clothing size. More importantly, she reversed her type 2 diabetes, eliminating 6 medications and regaining her life. Her approach focuses on biological fitness rather than traditional healthcare, using genetic archetyping, advanced lab analysis, and evolutionary biology to decode individual biology. But most importantly, guys, he uses real life human experience. Jon Andersen, you have something?
I got to say the thing that, you're so correct, brother. But what people need to understand is that our man Brad was not helping his wife by trying to make her lose weight. He was trying to help her by getting her healthy, which then in turn had her lose weight.
Yes.
So don't reverse this shit.
Yes.
Stop looking at your weight as the metric.
Yes.
A healthy body doesn't want to carry body fat. A healthy body will give you energy. A healthy body will do all the things that you want. It'll fit you into that pair of pants you can't fit into if you're healthy.
I agree.
But you guys are all focused on trying to lose weight, making your health worse.
Yeah, Marty, coming to you in a second. Global, I love Global's comment here, guys. Global, you've nailed it right on the head here, like absolutely on the head. Many will take medicine, fix and heal it, apparently, and then go back to the old lifestyle and never change. I'm gonna add this: never change, and then you're gonna have to change to be made to prevent repeat situations. So basically, summarizing Global's comments, that we have trouble, we take medication, and then Marty, we don't change our lifestyle, and we wonder why things aren't changing.
That's a perfect client for the medical field right there.
Yeah. And then Global says, seems like our body organs do not get credit for working. Exactly, right? It's like Brad's like, oh, wait a minute. If we can nourish it properly, put some food in it properly, and not just rush to what Western medicine is telling us to do, maybe my body organs might work properly. Christopher Martin.
Yeah, I was just I made a post yesterday about tummy tucks.
Yes.
A lot of people get these tummy tucks like that's the solution, and they never change their habits.
Yeah.
They never change their lifestyle. You end up going right back. So Brad is absolutely right. When you focus on being healthy, the weight loss, the fat loss, the feeling better is just going to be a byproduct of it. So I love what you did with your wife, because most of my clients are women. So that's a great way. I'm actually going to steal that, Brad. Thank you. I'm going to use that.
And I like that Brad's journey affected his wife, Marty. Like, it wasn't just a Brad journey, it was a Brad and wife journey. And then Mike Sullivan comes in and says, and I like this, Mike Sullivan, one small change can help the fulcrum move a huge rock. Johnny, you and I yesterday, 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards, 7 3,
4 yards of play, baby. All we need is 4 yards every down.
Right. And then Sullivan, what a miracle. Have you ever thought about writing a book? Have you ever thought writing a book to help others get off diabetes meds? My buddy has diabetes, like to help him. It's a horrible disease. And then Mike McQuillan comes in saying there are stage 4 cancer patients who don't take as much medication as people who seem to be living a normal life. Brad,
on that level, type 2 diabetes people, this shit is absolutely reversible.
Yes. Brad,
hey, can I jump in? So here's recently, you talk about metabolic archetypes and biological fitness. Biological fitness as a term is something I invented to refocus and create some space. So, for example, we have a whole host of people that may in our culture that may or may not want to be CrossFit athletes. So that's okay. But then on the other hand, they believe they're healthy. And so in between those bookends, what do you call that? So I've created this thing that I call biological fitness. And what is that? That goes when you look at labs. Okay, so like I was talking about inflammation, HSCRP, right? So they say that if you're between 1 and 3, you're fine. No, you're most likely not, because low grade insulin resistance, and so your midsection weight gain, you're feeling slow and sluggish after your meals, your glucose starting to rise a little bit. You don't have a diagnosis yet, but you're not right, and that's the space that we need to define and not let people think they're okay and wait for the diagnosis. So biological fitness looks at metrics, labs that watch that. One of them that's really important, I'll just put out there, is called the triglyceride glucose index. It's big T, small y, big G. If you go to my website, you can find that there under biological fitness indicators. It's a calculation. All you got to know is your fasting glucose and your fasting triglycerides. Plug it in. It'll give you a number. It'll also tell you if that's going to be a problem with weight loss, like weight loss resistance. And then there's a button on there to click that'll take you to a report, and it'll show you what is 7 stages, I believe it is, of insulin resistance progression. And it'll help you find what you're experiencing, like central obesity, having problems losing weight. It'll help you see those things you can relate to and tell you what the problem is, and then realize that insulin resistance may be a part of the problem that you're having. So it's a great tool to kind of create some awareness. But on my wife's side here, it was in the metabolic archetypes, and this is just an amazing thing, I believe. So it was in January. I had some time, and I started looking at genes and came up with this idea of metabolic archetypes. There are 5 of them. And really what they do, they are classifications or profiles, if you will, of genes based on ancestry, based on population and geography. So for example, some people may know of the Inuits. They're a tribe, northern Canada, et cetera, and the only food available to them might be fish and so they're mainly proteins and fats. And that's what they thrive on, and they may be known for ketosis. So their genes are very specific to being able to handle fats, because over the 200 million years, their genes are designed to do that. Now, you could go to some other place and
hey, brother, can I sneak in real quick? I mean, I love what you're saying, man. Yeah. I love what you're saying, and there's so much good value in what you're saying.
Yeah.
My role in everything I do is to simplify. That's just, to me, I simplify shit. It makes sense. I can be successful. So adding to what you're saying, we're looking at our ancestors. No matter where your ancestors were, you know what they didn't have? Processed foods. Eliminate those motherfuckers, and it almost to the first step in this whole thing is to eliminate processed foods, because you can find out what your ancestors were thriving off of, but you got to remove out of your life what they didn't have for that to even fucking have a chance to work.
That's true. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. So what was revealing, like with my wife, we kind of fell upon her success by changing her diet, and she was so what I'm going to say, my wife was never broken. If you're type 2 diabetes, unless your pancreas has failed over, your beta cells have died and you're in that state, you're not broken. And for us to say, you're broken and you need a medication is just totally wrong. So what happened, if you watch my wife, she got healthy. And there was a point in time I'm sitting with her and I'm saying, baby, I don't think you're broken. They want to make you think you're broken. Yeah. You're not broken.
100%, dude. You're 100. I'm so with that. That's the medical field, because if you're broken, they can give you all the shit.
Yeah, exactly. So then, in this January, we went through these things in metabolic archetypes. And as I mentioned, each archetype, which there's a carbohydrate efficient archetype. Those are people and their genes that are able to process carbohydrates a little better than everybody else. And so there are certain parts of the world where that was key. There are those people who are like a dual fuel. They handle carbs and fats.
But a carbohydrate that was not in a package. Let's make sure we clarify that. So, my ancestors could eat carbohydrates, so fuck, I'm gonna eat this Twinkie. No. Let's keep this straight. They were eating, they were eating shit that the earth created in terms of a carbohydrate.
Absolutely. So a dual fuel person might be someone, Mediterranean area, where they had seasons of that cycled a little bit. Now I'm going to come to my wife's, because it's me too. So it is a carbohydrate sensitive fat storer. So I'm getting into some detail here, which is, a little more than what might need to be pointed out, but the simplicity of it is there's 5 archetypes. So in my wife's case, I knew the genes that made up this profile for this carbohydrate sensitive fat store. So one aspect of it is of this profile is there's a gene called the thrifty gene, and the thrifty gene is basically there to help that person handle periods of feast and famine, and it's the FTO gene. Now, how's this relevant? Well, if you think of the Pima tribe as one example, I think they're New Mexico or Arizona. They are characteristic of this. They were totally healthy. And then we brought along industry and whatever brought along processed foods and such. And now they're all sick. And they're all sick as can be. And so the Pima
and brother, I love you're saying that because that's happened so many times around the world. As soon as people got introduced to the way we eat, it fucked their whole race up.
It did, absolutely. So the Pima tribe is one of those to look to. All they need to do is go back to the way they lived, Native Americans, and they're fine, you know.
Yes.
And so that's one of the genes. And there's others related to insulin handling. So for example, those tribes of feast and famine, they did not need a robust insulin system, you know, with ability to produce a lot of insulin because they didn't have a lot of it's mainly animal foods and meats and things like that. They did not need to handle, carbohydrates and grains were not part of their civilization. So they have their design, their bodies were not designed to handle that. So their bodies don't produce a lot of insulin. And so that's the way they are. And so we ran the profile on my wife, and sure enough, she came back, right, as a carbohydrate sensitive fat storer, and we looked at the genes, and one of the genes, I can't remember the exact one, but one of the genes that she has, which is characteristic of this profile and characteristic of those civilizations, is one that puts her at high risk for diabetes. Now here's the thing: we could say that gene puts you at high risk of diabetes, that gene's broken and you're broken, or we could say, no, the gene is appropriate for that civilization and their environment, and you're just giving the genes what they can't tolerate.
You're hanging out with Keith, John, and Marty, and our guest, Brad Eaton, this morning on Mornings in Live with Keith, John, and friends, getting after every single day, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Thor Squad, I see it. Today we're talking transformation. Brad went from a malnourished 135 pounds due to undiagnosed celiac disease at the age of 52 to helping his wife beat diabetes. And in Thor Squad, in a few minutes, we're going to talk into why swapping the words "I love you" with your wife may change a relationship.
I got to sneak one comment on the tail of that before we leave this topic, brother.
We're not going anywhere yet. Yeah, and then second half of the second.
I got one too.
We're going to get into the conversation around moving from what I sold to what we're building next year in the lab here on Mornings in the Lab. And Johnny, comment for you. Marty, comment for you. Then I got a fun question for Brad. Johnny, starting with you, brother.
Yeah. So what Brad is saying is it's fucking gold, and it's amazing. It's really helpful information, but for many of you guys, you're not even close to where he's. You're not close enough to actually take this information and run with it. Here's the thing. What he's talking about is what type of, heritage and have tolerances, right? Okay. Human beings don't have tolerance for what Americans eat, period. End of story. That's why everybody's so fucking sick. So forget what your ancestors are. You're a human and you're eating food that your body's not tolerable with. That's why Americans get sick. You eat the average American diet, you will have the average American health issues, period. And
if you put in the average American work, you're going to get the average American results, and you're going to stay with the 99% of the average Americans. You're going to be sitting in the audience wondering how you can be LeBron James or Kobe Bryant, but you don't want to get your ass up out of bed and get after it every single fucking day. Marty, question for you, brother.
No, absolutely. And I was just gonna make a comment since we're talking about processed foods.
Yeah,
I saw a meme in Spanish, and it was like a whole bunch of Hispanics and Latinos making fun of their family members who moved to America, and it was like when you move before you move to America, after you move to America, and the person was like AI is significantly fatter, and it's just like they laugh at us in other countries because they see us as the fat country,
Yes, it's true. It's true. We got Global in the comments. Global is the ultimate. I feel like Global's like our legal note taker. Just ask questions. The Global just bangs out the comments quickly, man. Just boom, 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 boom. Hey, Brad Eaton. I know I had you for 30, but we got to be honest, man. You are dropping nugget after nugget after nugget. What's your time frame like? We're going to get into the conversation in the next number of minutes here about stopping this conversation about saying I love you to our wives. You want to stick around, Brad Eaton? I'm extending the invite to you. If you can stick around, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I'll stay. It's all good.
That's awesome, because this is awesome. This is absolutely awesome. Jon and Marty, I got to say something to Brad that you guys are going to all love, because you guys are in this industry of fitness and wellness, and you've had a lot of clients come to you about what I'm going to say next. Brad Eaton, you spent years in the gym, 45 days, 4 or 5 days a week, 1.5 hours, 2 hours a day. Then you stopped going to a fitness center for over a year and a half, and guys, you maintained your physique. Oh, so what you're saying is you actually don't have to go to the gym to have a good physique. Did it actually work having the right food in your body, Brad Eaton?
Yeah, so I would say, metabolic health is a key part of it. And so it took a specific program for me to gain that muscle and gain that physique. That was a hypertrophy design program with key nutrition to have enough protein and energy, et cetera, to grow. But then once I got there, it was the good food and the appropriate timed stressors. So you talk about in a workout, a lot of people will put in, hundreds of reps and hundreds of sets and all this stuff. And then you're in the gym for like days. And in the beginning, I used to do a lot of that because I had the time and I had the motivation and the desire to improve my physique. But now I try to do things more efficiently and effectively. And it seems to be working. I use kettlebells a lot. I've got an Olympic bar. I have a space downstairs. I have an Olympic bar. I do deadlifts all the time.
And how you choose to train, it fucking doesn't. As long as you're doing something, it doesn't fucking matter how you choose to do it. The diet is the propeller behind the whole thing.
Yes, absolutely, John. Absolutely. So and now it's a little bit. It's kind of odd because I look back at the time and I'm thinking I used to go to work. With a Tupperware, one of those big Tupperware things, and it would be the whole bottom half of it would be like spaghetti and pasta, and the next half of it would be a pound of ground beef, and it was pretty easy at the time. I could do that, and now I reflect back at I'm 60. I'll be 66 here in this next November. But I think at the time I feel that takes a little bit of work, but the work was necessary to make the improvement. I gained the 66 pounds of lean mass, but once you get to a point, now I can use an appropriate nutrition and the right stimuluses to kind of maintain that.
Brad Eaton joining us here. Brad, you're an inspiration, man. You're an absolute, just bottom line, you're an inspiration. You didn't accept what others were telling you. You challenged the system. You asked questions. You kept being curious. And you got the results, what worked for you, not for Jon or for Marty or for Keith, what worked for you. And I think that's the key message here, right? Marty's got clients come to him all the time. John's got clients to him coming all the time. He's like, I want a solution. And I read this is what's supposed to work. And then these guys sit down and dial in what works best for that human. And I love that you're saying that. Johnny.
Well, I was just going to say that if you look at all these different methodologies, of course, they're once you get a little deeper into them, they get specific. But the beginning of them is remarkably similar.
Yes.
And most of you guys are at the beginning.
Yeah.
So just 1-2 things is all you got. Get rid of your fucking processed foods, which is going to eliminate a ton of sugar, and move a little bit.
That's it.
Those 2 steps right there will make so much progress for you. Where you move is up to you.
Yeah.
And how do you eliminate processed foods? Stop going through a fucking drive-through and shop on the perimeter of the grocery store, and you're pretty much set.
Resetting hour 2 with Keith and Jon and Marty and our guest Brad Eaton. Here's what we're going to do, Johnny. We're going to do a lifestyle tip with you. And then if you want to sneak away for a minute, and then while you're doing that, we're going to talk a little bit of roller coaster stuff for a few minutes. And then we're going to get into the big chat, why I stopped saying I love you to my wife and what happened next. We're going to ask Brad Eaton to stick around for that one. So, Jimmy, let's do the lifestyle conversation with Jon Andersen, and we'll come back and get into the roller coaster.
Catch y'all tomorrow, man. I'm out. I got to go.
Yeah, brother.
Yep.
All right, pal.
See y'all tomorrow.
Have a good look, brother.
You too. Nice to meet you, Brad.
All right, Jimmy, let's do it.
I'm giggling because I'm learning all these new transitions. This was a transition into my segment. I almost got up to take a piss. I'm supposed to do that after this, so that's why I'm giggling. I had to literally get back in my chair. All right, we're going to take this baby, and we're going to just kind of move off of the conversation we're having with our man Brad. You see, there's so many of you guys that are trying to make your lives better in all different areas, your business, your relationships, your fitness, your energy, your health. And it's much more simple than you realize to get out of the gate. And you're going to hear me talk about this over and over, and I repeat myself a lot. Why? Because it's the truth. You eliminate processed foods. You get rid of all the chemicals that you're putting through your body with these processed foods. You're going to have more focus. You're going to have more energy. You're going to have a different level of consciousness, which is going to literally bring you to a level you're not currently existing. Part of what's going to happen when you limit those processed foods, your gut health is going to start to ripple back in the proper direction. Well, guess what? About 75, a little more than 75% of your serotonin, which is a chemical that gets released into your body that gives you a feeling of wellness, that helps you deal with stressful situations, keeps anxiety away, is produced in your belly, in your gut. Processed foods is really crippling your stomach's ability to give you that serotonin. So if you're trying to forget fitness, that's part of the equation, yes. But you want to have more focus, more energy. You want to be more intentional. You want to be more present in everything you're doing. One simple step will go a long, long way. Eliminate the processed foods from your life. Rock and roll.
What if the same biological response that makes grown men scream like children could actually be the key to unlocking peak performance in every area of your life? Most of us spend our days avoiding discomfort, dodging stress, and staying safely within our comfort zones rather than embrace. But cutting-edge research reveals that our bodies and minds are designed for controlled intensity. Scientists have discovered that brief, voluntary exposure to specific types of stress creates measurable changes in our neurochemistry and resilience. Understanding these mechanisms gives you the power to intentionally trigger the same biological advantages that separate peak performers from everyone else. It's time to stop running from intensity and start using it as your secret weapon.
Join me here on Mornings Alive with Keith and Jon every single day here, 8 o'clock Eastern time. We're having a big conversation with Brad. We're going to get into how stopping I love you with my wife changed my relationship. But before we do that, we're going to get into roller coasters. Brad, are you a roller coaster rider, brother?
I haven't been on one for a while, but no.
So were you a roller coaster rider, though?
Yeah, I suppose I was, yeah.
So roller coasters have this astonishing way of affecting men and women and all humans physically and physiologically. And understanding how this can affect us can help us safely enjoy these experiences while being a little mindful of the potential health risks along the way. So, dude, cardiovascular stress. Heart rate spikes significantly during rides, averaging 155 BPM with blood pressure going through the roof. And then G-forces. Brad, typically roller coasters generate 4 to 6 Gs, briefly affecting blood flow and potentially causing vision loss. And as you probably heard in the opener, Johnny almost fell out of the roller coaster during those Gs. And to everybody in the comments, I'm curious to how you guys are. Are you guys all roller coasters? Do you guys like roller coasters? You guys freaked out by roller coasters? I do not do roller coasters, Brad. I just will not get near them. I can't do them. I can't join them because they just scare the living shit out of me.
Yeah, well, there's some that what is it? Disney has
yeah,
what is it? Whatever mountain or whatever. That's a really cool roller coaster. You know, it's kind of comfortable, but it really puts you through your paces.
Yes,
you know, pretty fantastic. Some of the others. I mean, you know, you have these town shows where
yeah.
You know, they're a little bit scary, but whatever Space Mountain, that's top of the line. That's cool.
It's B Drive, no coasters for me anymore. Spine is more important. What's interesting you say spine, B Drive, because you know there is the musculoskeletal strain here. Sudden movements can result in neck, back, or even soft tissue injuries. And there's also these neurological concerns, Brad, where sometimes people experience rare, some extreme forces can cause minor brain injuries on a roller coaster. However, for the most part, the risk remains quite minimal compared to everyday activities that people, put themselves into every single day. And of course, there's the psychological attraction, right? The benign masochism masochism, I should say, a theory that explains why many enjoy fear-inducing experiences like roller coasters. But what also happens along the way is that there's, as we age, we tend to stay a little away from them as we go through life. So, and then the positive effects, Brad, the positive effect of a roller coaster.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So one of the things that's key for me, think about hormesis, right? Hormesis stresses.
Yes.
Right. So our bodies actually need small, appropriate doses of stresses. So you were talking about the heart rate, the blood pressure, in a certain way, those are healthy or can be healthy.
Yes. Well, and the positive effect, the enhanced mood, the stress relief, the increased confidence or social bonding, right? So guys, if you get a chance to get onto a roller coaster this summer, I would invite you to do it, get after it. But knowing the risks might make you think twice about some of the things you're getting after. And like B drives, he's like, no, you know what? It's going to hurt my back, so I don't need to go there. And Johnny's probably like, no, I'm not doing that either. And then B drives, I'm an inch shorter already without help to compact me. And then of course, Global is spending all his money on cotton candy and popcorn. I'm with you there, Global. All right, Jimmy, let's continue the conversation. Let's move off roller coasters to the big topic today, how stopping I love you, Brad, to my wife changed our relationship. Jimmy, do you have the teaser? Let's get into the deep dive today on Mornings in the Lab.
What if the 3 most important words you say every day have lost their power? For years, I love you was my automatic sign-off, a habit. But I started to wonder, was she still feeling it or just hearing it? In long-term relationships, our most meaningful phrases can become routine. We think we're showing up, but the connection is fading. The evidence is clear. True connection isn't built on repetition, but on intention. Instead of the autopilot phrase, I started using targeted affirmations and specific actions, grounded in proven relationship science. I learned to speak the language of respect, gratitude, and presence. And what happened next changed everything. The silence I created made space for something more powerful to grow. This isn't about saying less. It's about making sure every word lands.
Start with the question, how many times a day do you say I love you to your partner? Brad, how about you, brother?
I just said it this morning.
Johnny, how about you, brother?
I would say it's regular, but it's intentional.
Yes, I'm
glad it's a moment that makes sense. But I tell her I love her with touch. I tell her I love her with hugs. I tell her I love her then when I tell her I think that she's beautiful. There's so many different ways of conveying love.
Yes. For many of us, I love you is an automatic sign-off, Brad. It's a reflex at the end of a phone call. It's a gesture as somebody's walking out the door, Johnny. But what if that very habit, that repetition could potentially might be secretly draining the power from the most important words that you can say? So I did a little test and I stopped saying I love you because maybe it started feeling like it was put on autopilot. And then what happened next may have fundamentally transformed my relationship. Johnny, I want to start with you, brother. Have you ever intentionally stopped saying, not because you and Terry are fighting, not because you're having a situation, but maybe because the word became less meaningful for you, so you felt like you needed to reset the meaning and the intention? And then Brad, I'm coming at you, brother, with the same question. Johnny.
That's a great question, brother. And I honestly don't know why, but I've always kept this tightly calibrated. Always.
Yeah.
I mean, from the time I was young.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was something I was taught as a kid. I just remember that it was special and it was like something that was like earned. And I honestly don't know where it came from, but I remember being very careful of that word from the very beginning.
Yeah. What about you, Brad? Have you loosely used that word?
That phrase, I should say, not word.
Right.
Yeah. Well, so I really appreciate what John's highlighting here. And I guess, I really believe in what he's saying. So for example, imagine the word, I'm sorry. They're words, right? They're easy to give.
Yes.
And yet, there may not be any substance. I mean, if you're actually sorry, you will do something. You will help. You will, You will, if you're sorry, there's a consequence. You might have done something that might not have just been right, and you will go to correct it. But just to say I'm sorry is just easy. And so related to what Jon said, I really appreciate that. And I'm thinking about it is like, I guess this morning when I looked at my wife, and as she's doing stuff, she has to take the dogs to the vet and stuff. And I looked at her, she looked a little stressed, and I looked at her and I said, hey, I love you. Because she was doing some things that I really appreciated, and I just wanted to make sure she knew I appreciate it. But I believe absolutely, like Jon says, is after a period of time, these words get diluted, and if you don't do anything, actions and behaviors speak louder than just words.
Well, it's interesting you talk about actions because, we live in a world now where, there's this idea of the 4 love languages, right? There's the acts of service, there's quality time, there's gifts or physical touch. Brad, Jon, do you lean into the idea of the love languages? I know I do. I know my love language is very much quality of time and touch. And I'm very intentional like yourself, Jon, when I use those words, I love you. But Brad, starting with you, do you lean into the idea of the 4 love languages?
I'm not familiar.
Okay. So there's the acts of service, quality time, gifts or physical touch. It's just this idea and this concept, Brad, where acts of service might make you feel better and lovingly compared to quality of time, where your wife might say, no, the quality of time is more important for me. So there's a methodology on the planet now it's called the love language, the 4 love languages. Yeah. And Johnny, you're nodding in and listen. You and Terry refer to this as well?
Well, yeah, 100%. Because the love language it's funny we're having this conversation because I don't know if you noticed, but I picked up my phone because every morning I text my daughters and my mom and Terry, basically my 2 queens and my princesses. And somehow, some way, and what I was doing this morning, I got distracted and missed that. So I'm actually sending hearts to them right now because every morning, and I don't do it with it because I want a response. I do it because I want them to know I'm thinking about them.
Yes.
So, but it's for me, that's one of the most important things, that they wake up to something from me before they wake up. But the 4 love languages, because when it comes down to it, Terry has, and she's really good at this. She's like, her love language is touch. My love language is acts of service.
Interesting.
She's the one that helped me understand this.
Interesting.
I was actually, because my mom took such great care of me, to me, that's love. My laundry, making sure I have something to eat.
Yeah.
Terry literally fucking tucks me into bed every night.
That's awesome. That's love.
I walk to the bed and the bed's opened for me, right? And I get in there, and a lot of times she follows me in. And just recently I told her, I said, I really enjoy when I fall asleep and you're next to me. And so she's been tucking me in and just kind of laying next to me, because it only takes me fucking 3 minutes to fall asleep. So she tucks me in, then lays down next to me. And to me, this is like conveying massive love in my language. Now with her, she didn't have a lot of touch from her parents. So to her, having that is like filling a void that she didn't have. So when she helped me understand this, it actually became much easier, because it's very difficult to understand what to do we tend to want to do to somebody else what works for us, but that's not always the case.
Yeah. The love languages are more than words. Dr. Gary Chapman's work here is crucial. Brad, his framework of the 5 love languages shows that words of affirmation is only one of 5 ways people feel loved. And even within that, I love you is typically the most generic phrase. The real impact, though, comes from specificity. It's about upgrading your communication toolkit for your relationship goals. I know it sounds like, Brad, you're a big communicator. I know I am. Johnny is as well. And but you guys both talked about it. It's the actions that build trust. Specific words build intimacy, but it's our actions that build the trust, right? And as I wrap up this segment, guys, the goal isn't to stop talking if we're going to stop saying I love you with our wives. It might be leaning into 2 actionable steps that you can take today as you get on with your day, which is for the next 24 hours, you might not be allowed to say this word, I love you. Instead, find a different way to affirm or reaffirm your partner. It could be saying, thank you for making me coffee this morning. I love you, honey. Right. And what I'm inviting our audience to do, Johnny, I see you nodding there, is just inviting our audience to take a different approach to that same destination, right? Which, Brad, you might, I think you said it this morning with your wife, right? Which is, you saw her stressed out, you said, I loved you, but you might say something like, you look amazing today, right? And you're noticing how it feels to receive and give a compliment.
And have a conversation.
Yeah.
Find out what works. I mean, I'm lucky enough that Terry kind of, she reads like she's read more books than probably anybody I know. So she's gathered so much really good information. But just the little things like she tucks me in. So my response to that was, I'm up at 3. She usually comes wandering out of the bedroom about 9. Right. So when she comes out, doesn't make it what I'm doing. I might be on a client call. Hold tight 1 second. I need to go say good morning to my wife.
Yes.
And I go and she's just half awake, and I just give her a hug and I give her a kiss. That's me basically kind of doing for her what she does for me. Now that's just me and my reaction. But touching her and giving her a hug and squeezing her butt, that's her language. So I basically took my action and brought her language into it.
Yes. So the question for all of you listening to this conversation this morning, guys, is this: are you expressing love out of habit, or are you expressing it out of intention?
Yeah.
And that is the key.
Big difference there.
Right. And what is that one thing you can appreciate about your partner that you can tell them right now? And I would invite you guys to do that. And hey, let's keep the conversation going in the Mornings in the Lab community. You know where to find us, right here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends on the Mornings in the Lab channel. And hey, if you're looking for a way to start your day, Brad, if you're looking to start your day in a positive manner, 7:30 Eastern time, Matt Roof gets after it, Kindness Rising right here on the channel, on the Mornings in the Lab live network, guys, 7:30 Eastern time right here on the channel. So Brad, here's what we're going to do. We're working our kind of conversation to rapid fire with you. We're going to go quick rapid fire on the table with you and walk out of the lab here by the bottom of the hour. After we do rapid fire, Keith and Johnny are going to dabble on the future here a little bit before Johnny gets out of here. All right. So Jimmy, let's do the rapid fire. And Thor Squad, the question is, here's the question, Thor Squad, for you is, I want you today to, where's my notes here, is express a new way to your partner today that's not out of habit, but with intention. That's something I'm going to invite you to do. And then, hey, Thor Squad, I invite you to give some feedback over the Mornings in the Lab community. Our goal, Keith and John's goal, is to keep the conversation going in the morning and then move it to the community throughout the day and come back in the morning again, guys. So let us know how you're intentionally sharing some love with your wife. Jimmy, let's get the rapid fire with Brad. Yes, we're doing rapid fire with Brad. I just can't find my rapid fire questions here. So, Brad, what are you doing after our show here today?
Well, I'm diving back into the business I'm trying to get going here, or am getting going, the metabolic archetypes. A lot of work to do there. So yeah, that's where I'll be focusing.
That's awesome. Where can folks find you, connect with you, engage with you, and maybe even hire you?
Yeah, so 2 places. One is hormesishealthandfitness.com. That's my coaching piece in there. The other is the metabolic archetype.com, and that's the business that I'm working on for that model I was describing. Either place, just drop a message.
Awesome. And then what's one thing that you want to make sure our audience heard from you today that maybe we didn't ask you about or we didn't get into, but maybe there's one thing hanging out there, Brad, that is important for the audience to hear?
Well, I guess I would say 91% of the population is metabolically unhealthy. The question is if you really think you're in that 9%. And I would encourage everybody just not to abdicate your responsibility for your health. Do not just hand it over to someone and then just think that they're going to define what you need to do. I'd say engage in your health and take a look at, if you're gaining weight around the midsection, if you're high blood pressure and stuff, that is not normal. And start to do some of your own research to get your health in order early in your life.
Yeah.
And you know what? I got one line. I found my notes here, and I think Johnny's ears are going to go up for this one because he's a big fan of this. Celiac disease, blessing or curse in disguise?
So at the end of the day, I would say it helped me. Everybody, I would say most people have a pivotal moment in their life that changes their thinking or approach or whatever to life. And celiac was that moment. I didn't know what it was until I was diagnosed. Once I was diagnosed and knew there was an avenue to avoid and get rid of the discomfort, that was the moment that propelled me forward to take my health seriously, because I knew what not taking my health seriously felt like.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah. You know, on that level, brother, what I would say to my clients is, look, you don't know, basically, when it comes down to it, and it's just my clients, this is so many people, is you don't really know what good feels like yet.
Right on. That's right.
Man. Pretty
That's
profound,
right.
because most people think they feel good until they find a new good.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
I'm glad we paused on that, because that is a profound statement, because many don't know what feel good feels like.
No, they think they do. They know what their best good is.
Yes.
Well,
I bet you, hold on, Johnny. I bet you, Brad, I guarantee there's times in Brad's journey during his celiac disease, John, where that it was normal for him, for he's like, yeah, I feel good. But I bet I'm right. What wasn't I, Brad? But you didn't know there was another side. Am I correct in that?
That's correct. I didn't know I had a problem. All I knew is it was hard to gain weight. You know, I had a little brain fog, but that was my norm. That was my norm.
Yes.
Well, and on that level, let me add to that is that your good keeps getting better. Like at 53, I'm not as strong as I was when I was 33, but strength is really not a gauge of good. That's a gauge of strength. But I feel my good continues to get better as I learn more about myself, as I learn more about, you know, there's so much new information coming about to help us. You know, like, for example, when I discovered that I needed to remove protein powders out of my diet, holy shit, that one change was like, never again will I do that.
Yeah.
So can I add this one point here?
Please.
So for example, I put some information out there on my social media the other day, and the response to it was, well, that's just aging. And I'm like, oh my God, this is just so wrong.
Yeah.
So I try to find how can I
hate that.
Right. How can I create a discrepancy here for people to start thinking differently? Here's one thing that I put out there. I have this it's a tool that you know, it's like a pulse oximeter. It slips on your finger, measure your oxygen, right? But what this does is it looks at the health of your arteries. It uses pulse wave velocity. It looks at the health of your arteries. My internal age, as a function of my artery health, is 20 years younger than my chronological actual age. In other words, if I'm 65, the age of my arteries is 45. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. A young woman who worked at the medical practice where I was at, we did labs. She was going to go into the lifestyle program, et cetera. We did her labs. So her glucose was normal. Her A1C was normal. But one marker there was called HOMA-IR. It's a measure of insulin resistance. It was in the red. And then the other thing is I did her internal age. Now, she was roughly 23. Her internal age, as a function of looking at her arterial stiffness, was in her 30s.
Brad Eaton joining us this morning with Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John. Brad, you've been an inspiration, man. You have been. I don't have my great goat button ready, but I'm going to tell you, brother, I love your story. I love how inspiring you are. I love that you didn't accept what somebody was saying you were going to be, and somebody was basically saying, here's your journey, here's your path, just accept it. And you're like, fuck that. And you did something about it. The same thing with your wife. So, brother, love from me to you, a lot of props. I hope you'll come back. Hope you'll keep listening to the show. I hope you tell your friends about the greatest morning show on the planet, Mornings in the Lab, Keith and John. Johnny, final words for our brother, Brad?
Yeah, bro, I would say you're doing it. And more importantly, is you're doing it in a way where you're demonstrating what needs to be. And that's what's important, you know, to do what we do and to help people see that it can be done. And it's not as difficult as they think. I think it's really kind of part of our duty as human beings is to help people understand.
Yes.
So, bro, keep up the good work, man.
Great. Yeah. Thank you, John. Appreciate it.
Brad, I appreciate you, man. We look forward to catching up with you later. Okay, pal?
All right. Thank you very much. Great day, guys.
Have a good one, brother.
Thank you.
Jimmy, we'll walk Brad out of here. We're going to get a couple minutes with Johnny before I walk him out of here. Quickly in the comments, Global have some Global. Will there be a Keith bobblehead in merch into the future? Asking for a friend. Yes. Jon Andersen's bobblehead will not fit on my dashboard or mine. The hat and
love it.
goatee.
I love it.
Yes. Waiting for a suit and tie Fridays. Global, I think B Drive puts it best. Hey, Johnny, when's the last time, or has there ever been a time you've been in a suit?
I just had a suit custom made for my oldest daughter's wedding in March.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Well, Bernard says, not sure that this is a suit and tie thing flying over here. Yes, you're right. I think the last time I put on a suit, Johnny, was for maybe when I was named one of Canada's top 40 under 40.
That's a good award too, brother.
Yeah, that was a pretty good award there. Yeah. So speaking of segueing from that, before I'll get grab 2 minutes with you before you roll here.
You know what today is, brother?
It's training day for you, man. I know you got.
Come on, man. That's right. You got to be tied to my window today, brother. I'm not. Listen, man. I'm excited.
Well, I'm not keeping you much longer. Fun show here today. Brad was great, dropping bomb. You know what I love most about Brad, Johnny? He didn't accept what Western education said was his journey.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't. He challenged it. He's like, no, I'm not going to accept that.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, anybody that's successful is going to have to take a stand against it.
Yes, and is going to have to challenge what is potentially accepted of them, right? So
yeah, and you know it's a great way to put it. You know, and there's the way I think of it is, don't challenge, just fucking go do what you want to do.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like I don't need to say I'm going to challenge this. I'm just going to go do it my way and show that it works really fucking well. There's no challenge. It's just, this is better.
Good segue, Johnny. So guys, a number of years ago, I sold my social media company for $50 million. I took some time and ran the company. And about a year and a half ago, I started a live show called Live in the Lab with Keith Bilous. About 6 months into that show, I met Jon Andersen, did a one-on-one with me. We had a great relationship, had a great call. A number of months after that, I started the morning show. Jon was on the show July of 2024. Again, had a great conversation, great chemistry after the show. He's like, hey, what are you doing there, you nutty little son of a bitch? I'm kind of curious about what you're doing there. I told him what I was doing. And Jon hasn't left. And I'm grateful for that. I got a partner now here on the show. I got a guy whose name's on the show with me now, because we are now building a brand new AI-powered live media network right in front of your eyes, you guys, right in front of your eyes. So I'm not here to brag. I'm just here to just share with you what we're doing, right? And every single day, I believe in getting up and getting after it. So does Johnny, and I know you guys here in the community agree with it as well. So, every single day we're going to keep trying harder here. We're going to keep getting after it. 1% better every single day. But keep your eyes open, guys. The Mornings in the Lab live media network is being born right in front of you guys. And every single day, this network is going to get bigger and stronger and bring in guests like Brad Eaton. And tomorrow, we have Jerry Maguire, the original Jerry Maguire. We have David Meltzer joining the show here tomorrow, guys. So ears up on that one coming on. David will be here at 8:30 Eastern time tomorrow. And no, not the wrestling writer David Meltzer, Jon Andersen.
Yeah, I was like, because I knew that name sounds familiar. And next thing you know, I was like, wait a minute, I mean, I know they're not the same person, but that's really weird, the same name.
That's right. All right, well, I'm going to say goodbye to Johnny. I'm going to do the community corner, guys, and then we're going to reset at the top of the hour here for Inside the AI Lab with Keith Bilous. And my goal for that third hour, guys, is to lean into the business. And I'm going to start, shining some light on my experience on the business side of things, leaning into the world of social media, leaning into today's world. Guys, I'm going to tell you this, and Johnny, ears up on this one, pal. The end of this year, the next 5 months this year are going to be huge in the world of AI. 2 reasons why. ChatGPT 5 is going to be dropped this month, and Elon's Grok. Now, here's the thing, Johnny. Never underestimate Elon Musk. Never. And the guy, his chutzpah, where he comes from and his money, can never underestimate the guy. So the next few months, you're going to see a lot of things happening in the world of AI, and we're going to talk about it here in the third hour of Mornings in the Lab. Johnny, what are you training today, brother?
Legs, baby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm training legs. It's going to be interesting. I'm training legs, and Taryn, I got to go play pickleball. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to be on the shaky legs. And funny enough, then she wants to go to the gym, so I'm going to go to the gym with her after pickleball.
I love it.
So yeah, so I'm just going to save a little bit of. I'm going to do it. I'll just get all the compound movements out of the way here this morning.
Nice. I'm going to go bang out my big chest after the show here today. So
here we go.
All right. Awesome, brother. A good one today. Lots of love from me to you. I'm going to intentionally say this. I love you with all intention, and 3 words that I really want glasses off to say to you on the air in front of everybody. I love you, man. I really do. I appreciate you. I love you. And I'm so grateful that our universes came together. It's a brand new month. Our journey continues. And I'm more than happy to publicly declare my affection and love for you, pal. Seriously.
And I feel the same way. I love you too, brother. And one of the things that really is a bond between any 2 people that love each other is doing difficult shit. Yes. Because we both do difficult shit, so we understand each other, and that bond creates a love very quickly. The people that I love the most in this world, I have overcome massive obstacles with. Yes. And right now, we're at the foothills of a big fucking mountain that we're climbing, my brother. So let's go.
That's it, pal. All right, enjoy your day, enjoy your lift, and I'll talk to you in less than 22. Okay.
Have a good loop, my brother.
All right, pal. Johnny's out of here, Jimmy. Yes. Global pickleball is about socializing technically. Oh, man. Let's get to the comments, guys. We are now. Oh, hold on a second here. I got the wrong button pressed, Jimmy, with my sound effects. Okay, so here, heads up, guys. The next 90 minutes, well, I don't think we're going to get to 90. We got a third hour of the show. But because I had a date with my wife last night, we're going to kind of just figure it out. But here's how it's going to sound here for this part of the show. It sounds just like this. Yep. The community corner. Let's get to the comments. Jimmy. I love having the comments. Thor Squad, you're an inspiration. I had to read the Thor Squad first because it stroked my ego. Thor Squad, you're an impression. Oh, you're an impression. Yo, I guess I should learn how to read, Thor Squad. You're an inspiration. Your attitude towards life and your content is something that a lot of people don't touch on. Dude, I appreciate that. That's really kind of you. It's funny because we take things for granted, right? And hold on, I got a bunch of sounds here I got to figure out in my ear. There we go. Yeah, we take a lot of things for granted. And I guess I take a lot of my experience and what I do every single day for granted. So when I see your words, they're meaningful to me because we're trying to do things differently here in the lab. And got a massive vision, guys. My vision is big. It's much bigger than $50 million, trust me. And I want to invite, and I hope you guys will all be around for this ride together, right? 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029. We're all going to celebrate accomplishments. We're going to celebrate the journey. We're going to celebrate B Drive's accomplishments, Global's accomplishments, Thor Squad's accomplishments. This is our community, guys. Keith and Johnny are simply the shepherds. That's it, right? So, all right, come back to the comments here. Keith and John, woot woot. I hope to work with you guys someday. I have a lot to offer for people to benefit at 37. Thor Squad, let's do it, brother. Let's do it. I'd love to work with you, Thor Squad. I'd love to. I want to see you in the community, and I want to keep the conversation going to the community here, guys, after the show. And I'm going to be honest with you guys too. Bernard from B Drive. It's fucking awesome. If you guys want to learn about bees, you want to learn about a lot of great stuff, I invite you to check out Bernard's B Drive channel. And Bernard and I have been talking off scenes about a few things happening on the business side of things. So Bernard's in our corner helping us grow this thing, and I'm in your guys' corner helping you guys grow this thing as well. And Global great granddad wore a suit daily. Global, there's something to be said for a suit, man. There's something to be said for that being that daily uniform, right? That uniform that just kind of gets us up and gets after it. I've decided my uniform is pretty simple these days. I got the M&M shirt, I got the Motley Crue shirt, and I got my other black shirt with my shorts. Yeah, there's a true story. It makes my decision making quite simple, but it's most importantly, it's good for the brand. Yeah, it's good for the brand of the craziness that is the mornings in the lab. Okay, so Jimmy, let's get to we're gonna do the community corner here, guys, and bear with me while I just click some buttons and move some stuff around. And Jimmy, I'm going to do the call to action here. You guys can join the show live right now in the Mornings in the Lab community or on your phone. Yeah, pick up your phone. 431-300-3005. Guys, let's get used to this, right? The bottom of this hour, here's the Community Corner segment. This is as much about you guys as it is about me. So this is the time here, 9:30 Eastern time for you guys to join the conversation live. You can do that with your phone, 431-300-3005. And my phone is right here, so it's going to ring into the show live. So Global, you want to come say hi? Come say hi. Thor Squad, you want to come say hi? Come give me a shout. Right now, I'll bring you into the show live. Or you can leave me a voicemail. Or you can send me a text. Or you can do what we do in 2025, which is put comments onto the YouTube channel. Jeez, Keith, what a relatively novel idea. And I really, really, really want to see the conversation continuing after the show in the mornings in the lab community. And guys, I'm just going to be frank. Yeah, because John's gone. So we're just going to be frank today. We're putting stuff behind the mornings in the lab paywall. Oh, I'm sorry. It's $2 a month. It's $24 a year. Right? It's not a big commitment. Why? Because I used to come from the community management business, the moderation business, and I know what managing trolls and I know what managing crap is like in a community. I don't want to have to do it. So I really want to have high quality content, high quality engagement, and high quality members like Bernard, high quality members like Global, high quality members like Thor Squad, not the low quality members like Adam Holroyd. Holroyd's like, what? I'm joking, you guys. Holroyd's the OG. Holroyd is the OG. If you guys look at all the members, there's one dude we got one person who has the first, what is it? The first like emoji with the OG, Adam Holroyd. Number 2, Lady Drew Booger, who shows up every single day. Absolutely. So all joking aside, guys, that's the kind of content and conversation we're putting into the Mornings Lab community. So I invite you to join us there after the show here today. And as I said here, we're continuing to make tweaks to the show. The first 30 minutes of Mornings in the Lab is moving into more of a morning. It's going to be the 30-minute morning loop. Going to dig into current events and topics because I want to keep giving value to you guys. I want you. Here's my thought process. Here's Uncle Keith's thought process. You guys jump onto the show, and by the time you leave the show, you're inspired, you're motivated, you got some nuggets of information. Maybe you got some current events. You have some stuff you can go talk to your friends, your family, your kids, your wife, your coworkers about because you learned it on the show. And the other thing is, in a world of AI generated, I don't know what's real or what's not real. Well, we are going to give you truth and realness here on the show. So I am going to do my best at curating factual content so you guys are like, yeah, I heard it from Uncle Keith. It must be true. True story. Sullivan, I see your comment here. Can this be on WhatsApp but don't have I don't have international service to dial Canada? Good question, Mike Sullivan. So I am on WhatsApp, but I think that, so it's not an international number, Mike. It's actually send me a text, Mike. Let's see if it works. 431-300-3005. Just send me a text, 431-300-3005. Let's see if it works, Mike Sullivan. 431-300-3005. Let's see if it works. Okay, so I am looking through the continued process of notes in front of you guys. And what did you guys think of our guest, Brad Eaton, today? Guys, 135 pounds. Man, he's like, this is not good. Celiac disease. Goes and sorts it out. Takes his wife from a size 16 to a size 4. And not about trying to make her a skinny mini. No, she had type 2 diabetes. Yeah. And what happened? Got rid of all the medication. Why and how? Challenged what Western medicine was telling him. Because, just put them on the medicine. Just put them on the medicine. Put them on the medicine. Because that's what we do with our Western society. Okay, Jimmy, I'm getting after now. I'm getting into the Community Corner script. All right. Looking at the time here, guys. It is time for me to open this segment up. But my thing is not opening up here. Here we go. Right here. All right. It's time for the Community Corner, guys, where we're going to connect LinkedIn. We're going to connect some Substack. And we're going to connect YouTube on Mornings in the Lab. Guys, what would happen if you quit the news? You ignored your feed and went in on all real 100% focus. Well, we've got stories about the hidden costs of scrolling, the science of peak performance, and one guy who went a year without headlines. Yep, true story. All right, let's get into it. Let's start on YouTube, guys. I quit the news for a year. Here's what really happened. What if you just stopped watching the news? Could you imagine? I'm not reading the news anymore. I wouldn't have a show, because then I wouldn't have learned about the guy that jerked off in his wife's hand and said, "Hey, honey, look what I've done." Really? What the fuck, man? Well, listen, if you stop watching the news, that's exactly what Matt Davella tried and filmed for an entire year. The early days were tough, but nothing exploded. Instead, his anxiety dropped, his focus sharpened, and suddenly... Oh, Bernard, I saw your comment. I thought you were referring to the jerking off part. Sorry. Instead, Brad's anxiety dropped, his focus sharpened by stopping the news. I know, Bernard, you were talking about not reading the news. My brain got distracted. And suddenly he had space for real learning. Guys, you might find that I might offend you every now and then, but it's all full of love. Yeah, it's just full of love. But Matt admits there's privilege. There's privilege in being able to unplug. But he also points out most headlines only clutter your mind, not your life. So what was his verdict? His verdict? Drop the headlines, pick up a book, and watch your days get lighter. I have an invitation for you. Put down the headlines, dial up Mornings in the Lab on YouTube, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Come hang out with myself, Johnny, Marty, guests, 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock till 11 o'clock Eastern time. Holy smokers. Would you ever quit watching the news even for a week? Why? Or why not? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the Mornings Live community. I would love to hear your guys' feedback on if you guys are going to be quitting the news. All right, Substack. Boop, boop, boop. The invisible time thief. How social media, yes, it's fucking just stealing your life. It's stealing your life, guys. It's actually stealing your life. How do I know? I built a business on it. Yep, I sure did. All right. You ever wonder how you blink? You just blink. You just blink it away, and you're like, oh my God. Hours are gone. Hours just pass by. Well, Gurwinder's latest Substack, How Social Media Shortens Your Life, he breaks it all down. He draws a wild parallel between your favorite apps and casino floors, both designed to keep you passive, wandering, and forgetful at the clock. Oh, LFC, I see your comments there. I'm going to get to it in just a second. But it's bigger than lost time. It's about lost memory and meeting. These endless feeds actually fragment your story, making life feel shorter, less memorable. His suggestion, fill your days with novelty, real conversations, and purpose. Break the autopilot cycle. That makes me curious. How much do you remember from the weekend? If you were just scrolling X or Grok or Instagram, what did you learn? What did you learn? I'm kind of curious. Jimmy, looking at the comments, I see your comments here. LFC, what's your point regarding throwaway medicine comments? Is all medicine bad? Is your point people should eat healthy and work out, therefore making most medication redundant? Need context, please. Yes, LFC, thank you for the question. Would love to have the conversation with you. Let me express myself. So my opinion is this, and it's only my opinion. No fact. Listen, if you need medicine, go to the doctor. Absolutely. My frustration, LFC, stems from, I think that folks and we have been taught in Western society just to go and get the medicine. That's all I'm saying. And I don't know if we've been taught enough to be curious to ask additional questions if there are other ways that can help us, either with or without medicine. So do not hear me. I'm not saying medicine's not good. My comment is that we just simply always go to just medicine, when maybe it's medicine and good healthy food and working out and getting moving and taking care of our brain. It's all those things, right? So I am by no means saying get rid of medicine. Not at all. Nope, not at all. I'm simply saying there are other ways to get to the end journey, as our guest Brad Eaton talked about today. He stopped taking the medicine, moved his focus to healthier foods, healthier lifestyle, changed the medicine, and changed his life. So I hope that gives you context, LFC. Dude, when I need meds, I go for meds. I focus on proactive preventative measures so I don't have to get to the medicine side of things. But yes, global medicine gives people a longer life, mostly antibiotics. And I do not disagree with what Global is saying there. And LFC, I'm glad you threw the question out there, and I hope you appreciate the context that I offered up to it, because I'm not an anti-medicine person. You know what I am, LFC? I'm an anti-accept it because that's what somebody has told you to accept. I'm a curious soul, and I just want to ask an additional question. That, to me, is what I don't think we do. We don't spend enough time doing, is asking those additional questions to maybe get the results that we desire, because we have been taught certain things, especially with our demographic. Global medicine is an alternative and limitation of natural compounds. Yes. All right. We're going to keep it going here in the community corner, Jimmy. I'm moving our way now to the, I'm moving over to this part of the soundtrack. LinkedIn. Yep. The secret weapon of high achievers, flow state unlocked. LFC, I hear you. First part of call should not be medicine. Yes. Thanks for context and total agreement. I'm with you, LFC. You know what it is, LFC? Here, hold on, Jimmy. I'm going to hold on this one with LFC here. That's what frustrates me, right? Is that, we society has been taught to go to the doc, get the medicine. And then, like somebody else said, I think a Global said earlier in the conversation, if you don't change your lifestyle, but just take the medicine, what are you doing? You're kind of, and listen, I know folks in my world, I have loved ones in my world. Watch my eyes. Really? Like, you're not going to get the results. So I'm with you, man. We are all there. Global, I get a headache when an aspirin commercial plays. Yes. All right. Staying on LinkedIn, the secret weapon of high achievers is flow state. If you've ever wondered what separates top athletes, elite entrepreneurs, and even soldiers from the rest, well, Ashton Levaric's recent LinkedIn post pulls back the curtain. It's all about the flow state. Bernard, what's interesting, brother? Yeah, it's funny. Without the commercials for farm, we don't even know we have problems. It's funny because sometimes they put, oh man, what's funny? I'll watch some content and I'll see a commercial from a pharma company. And then you know what happens, right? They say something which makes you think, oh, hey, maybe I have that. Maybe I need that medication. You're like, wait a minute. If I didn't see that commercial, would I have known I had that issue? That's what fascinates me. I'm with you there on Bernard on that one. But anyway, staying with the flow state, think about those rare moments when you're so locked in. Oh, hold on, there's a fucking squirrel over here. I gotta stay in that flow state where your doubts and limits vanish. That's not magic. It's intentional focus, you guys. Ashton connects the dots between flow performance and pushing past trauma. He even admits he's never touched mushrooms. Dude, you're missing out. But knows what it means to become limitless through pure presence. When was the last time you guys lost track of yourself and found out what you really capable of? When? I want to hear about it in the comments, and I want to hear about it in the mornings lab community. And no, we're not talking about losing track. Yes, I know, Melissa. Melissa, what the hell are you doing here? You're supposed to be with your dad. Listen, I made a decision last night to spend time with my wife. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to wing today's show. Nobody's going to know it. So, guys, I got Melissa hanging out with me here this morning on the show. Her dad's hanging out with her today. Her dad's a busy human. And I'm like, you got to hang out with dad. There's all these squirrels around us, right, Melissa? But anyways, guys, I want to know, when's the last time you lost track of yourself to find out what you're really capable of? And no, I'm not talking about losing time over on social media. It doesn't count. It just doesn't count. No. All right. So there you have it, guys. Is it time to unplug, reset, and start living on purpose? And what would you change? You know what, Global? That might be our mascot. Yes, the squirrel. Hold the horses. What would you change in your feed, your focus, or your news habits? And hey, guys, here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that over time, you guys find value in the news that I'm going to keep bringing to the table here on a daily basis. I sucked at it today, but hey, you know what we stand for here in the lab. Not perfection, just progress. I said to Jimmy last night, I said, Jimmy, if I can be 1% better today, by the end of the week, we'll be 5% better. because I did not want to wait till tomorrow to do some of the things I'm doing today. I did not want to wait for someday or one day where many of us like, okay, I'm gonna start that third hour on next Monday. No, starting it today. We're starting it now. We're gonna get after it now. Third hour coming up in a few moments after we do the creator spotlights here in the lab. So, guys, I want to continue this conversation in the YouTube community. I hope you guys will join me there later on in the day today. And it's our private community. You guys can contribute to it. It's not just me. Bernard has been in there. I've seen Mike Sullivan in there. I've seen Lady Drew. I'm looking forward to seeing you in there. I'm looking forward to seeing Global in there. I'm looking forward to seeing Holward in there. Thor Squad, I'm looking forward to seeing you there in the Mornings Lab community as well. This is our community, guys. 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here with the gang. Let's see, Global. Squirrels have boldness, aggressiveness, activity level, and sociability. In the city, that solid black and albino squirrels are cool. You guys are awesome, man. I just fucking love all this. Okay, Jim, let's get to the LinkedIn Creator Spotlight with the person named Alicia.
Ever wonder what happens when you walk away from comfort and bet everything on yourself? That's exactly what one creator did after 15 years working with some of the biggest names in tech. From SAP to LinkedIn, she's seen it all. And now she's taking us behind the scenes, sharing what actually works to turn your presence into real opportunity. Mornings in the Lab is excited to celebrate Alicia Teltz, the bold founder bringing real talk, premium LinkedIn strategy, and business growth to the table. Follow Alicia if you're ready for strategies that don't just get seen, they get results.
What's up, Alicia Teets? Yes! Did I say the name right? Or is it Teltz? I'm trying. Alicia Teltz didn't just leave a job. She left a sure thing for something uncertain. Ooh. She traded title for truth, comfort for curiosity. I see someone who bet on herself, not because it was easy, but because she refused to settle for less than real impact. That's the kind of leap we respect here in the lab. I know it's the kind of leap that Johnny's going to respect. I got nothing to respect for. Today, we're not just spotlighting a creator. No, baby. Oh, no, baby. Alicia, we're celebrating you. We're celebrating someone who reminds us that ditching comfort for growth and starting over is sometimes the strongest move. Ask Brad Eaton, today's guest on the show. So, here's to you, Alicia, the woman proving every day, you guys, every motherfucking day, that your best work can happen when you trust your gut. And Alicia, here's how it works. Love to have you on the show. Alicia Teltz, unhinged LinkedIn tea from someone who's been there. Alicia, would love to have you here with me. True story. Come get up, get after it so I can hand you the good mornings in the lab spotlight, the creator spotlight, so you can shine on somebody in your community on the next community corner. Creator spotlight right here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John every single day. Right here on the Mornings in the Lab live network, 8 o'clock Eastern time, 7:30 Eastern time with Kindness Rising, Matt Roof. Jimmy, let's go to the next one, brother.
Some men handle grief by burying it, pushing forward, pretending nothing hurts. That's what happened to the man we're spotlighting today, until loss hit again and there was no hiding. First, he faced losing his wife, then his daughter. After losing his daughter, he chose honesty over numbing out. He started sharing the lessons that hurt to learn, hoping someone else might not feel so alone. Mornings in the Lab is proud to celebrate Jason McKenzie, the voice behind Man Down. If you need encouragement from someone who's still standing after the worst pain, follow him on Substack.
Oh, they sure don't. But Jason McKenzie, he calls it out anyway. And he's not looking for pity. No, he's tired of seeing men wreck their lives pretending that loss doesn't matter. Nah, baby. He built Man Down for guys who need more than sympathy. They need a way through it. We have massive respect for how he owns a story and he hands out real tools, not empty talk. We talking tools? I was talking tools early on in the show. Love you, baby. If you're stuck with grief, trying to push through like a man, Jason is someone worth listening to. So Jason, I'm inviting the entire Mornings in the Lab community to come meet you this morning on the show, Jason McKenzie. And I'm inviting everybody to come follow your Substack right here today on the show, Jason McKenzie. And Jason, here's how it works, brother. Would love to have you on my show. Yep, would love to have you on here, brother. Would love to celebrate you. Would love to get to know you. Would love to introduce you to the entire Mornings in the Lab community so we can celebrate you, so we can pass you the creator spotlight, so you can pivot it and shine it on somebody in your world for the next creator spotlight, on the next community corner, on the next Mornings in the Lab. Keith and friends right here. Jon Andersen, Keith Bilous, Marty Fit, Matty Roof. We get after it every single day on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network, 7:30 Eastern time right here. The only place you guys will find live conversation for men like you. Yes. All right, guys. Woo, baby. Looking at the comments. Tommy Tucker was a male Eastern gray squirrel celebrating the United States wearing women's fashions while performing tricks, entertaining children, and selling war bonds. Man, you guys are awesome. Global, you're awesome, man. Okay, so here's the fun part of our show today. Looking at my music. As we head into the third hour, and I'm going to hit this tune. Okay, so Jimmy, this is the official third hour of Mornings in the Lab on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network. Yes, I'm the host of a brand new show. It's called Inside the AI Lab with Keith Bilous. And for this segment, I think what I'm going to do is take my shirt off. What? Jimmy's like panicking. And take my glasses off and take my hat off and deliver you a new character. Nah. Today we're going to keep it the same. But here's the vision, guys. The vision is to do this segment over there at the other set. I got a set over there. I got an entirely new set over there. That's going to be the segment for Inside the Lab. But today, let's get into some news in the AI world and to set up what this third segment is going to be about for you guys on the show. I got to turn some tunes down here because it's got loud in my ears. Okay, so the point of this segment. Oh, it's funny. I got something on my phone that says "Call my nephew." Not too sure why. Okay, so I'm going to do something here with you guys on the horn with me right now while I'm pulling this up, and I'm going to lean into a few things here. Let's see.
Yesterday's fire still smolders.
We are in the AI hour with Keith and Jimmy here, and Jimmy pulling out some nuggets out of the lab there. So guys, here I think, hold on a second here. All right, here we go. Okay. Nope, not this one. I am, oh, there we go, right here. All right, here we go. Okay, guys, I do have some news for today's segment. Okay, this segment of the show we're going to call Lab Intel, guys. Intelligence from the world of AI. Again, my goal with this segment is for you guys to leave this segment of the show with some knowledge from the world of AI that you can trust, that you can take to the bank, some personal opinion from Keith, some sharing experiences from Keith. My goal here in the second half of this first. So here's my vision for this show, guys. 60 minutes, first 15 or so. First 15 to 18, current events, news, information you guys can lean into and own to get through your day. Because here's a reality I believe that many of my friends within our community aren't really leaning into. It's this. Y'all my age, you guys all Gen Xers, man, do not get left behind. Don't get left behind. I saw a piece this weekend, a 58-year-old dude going, I'm never going to get hired again because I'm just getting too old. No, you're not. You got to shift your premises. Yes. So my goal with this show is first 15, give you guys nuggets of news that will help you get up and get after your day. The second 15, my goal is to share tools and tips and tricks that I'm using to build this company in front of your eyes. True story. Yes. Third, The last 30 minutes is to get guests from the AI industry to help educate you guys about what's happening in the world of artificial intelligence. All right, so I got some things to throw on here this morning with you guys, and we're going to get into it. Okay, OpenAI, the ChatGPT folks. Yes, they raised $8.3 billion at a $300 billion valuation, and the AI gold rush accelerates. So why is it important to you? Why is it important to me? I'll tell you why. It ain't going away. And we know that, but when you start seeing these numbers dropped out here, it just solidifies the fact that this world is not going away, and they are only getting bigger. And did you know that ChatGPT, guys, ChatGPT has 700 plus million weekly ChatGPT users. Woo, baby. Hang on that for a second. 700 million weekly ChatGPT users use the platform. Are you guys using ChatGPT? If not, why not? What do you use? Do you use Perplexity? Do you use ChatGPT? Do you use Gemini? What tools do you use, guys? I want to hear. And if you don't get to me here now, I want to hear about it in the mornings in the live community. What tools are you using to get through your day? I'll tell you what my tech stack is here in a number of minutes, what we use here in the lab. All right, second one here, guys. Here's what for all you Instagram folks. There's something for you guys to hang on to. Yeah, you're right. ChatGPT is used instead of therapies. Global, I want to talk about that, for example. So I think there's value in using these tools to help you get to a point where you might want to find a therapist, right? So, readily available, ready to communicate with, and actually not that bad, frankly. So, okay, guys, let's move to Instagram. The Instagram algorithm overhaul prioritizes authentic content over viral content. Oh, yeah, I want to talk about this one, guys. Hey, Just a Guest. What's up? Google. What's up, Just a Guest? I see you there on the horizontal. You're here on the Mornings in the Lab live network. I'm your host. I'm Keith Bilous. AI summary. Yeah. That is changing the world. How many of you guys use Google or Gemini but do not click the links anymore? I want to hear about it. How many of you guys use Google or Gemini or never click the links? And I ask because it seems like it's somewhat of an innocuous behavior. It's disrupting the entire business of the internet. When we're not clicking a link, somebody's not getting paid. So I would love to know who's not clicking the links over on Google Gemini. All right, in the world of Instagram, guys, the Instagram algorithm is prioritizing authentic content over viral tricks. So the Instagram 2025 update emphasizes authentic, valuable, engaging content. Now, the new ranking prioritizes saves and shares over likes and comments. And we're going to talk about this in a few moments as to why. And I'm going to share with you my factual knowledge as to why. Why? How do I know? I used to work in the industry. I know a little bit about it. So the speed of engagement in the first hour of your post is now more critical than total engagement. You heard me correctly. The speed of engagement in that first hour of the post tells the algorithm that, hey, there's something good here and your community is enjoying it. And if your community is enjoying it, it'll send it out to the next community. Think about it for a second. Think about it in the real world. Think about walking through a stadium or an arena or a large auditorium. There's a group of people having a conversation. There's an activity happening. Everybody's surrounding going, oh my God, this is awesome. I got to share it. And then that buzz of news goes over to the next group and the next group and the next group. That is what Instagram is monitoring now. Algorithm activity denotes content using viral tricks. Algorithm activity demotes viral tricks and engagement bait. And Instagram is inviting you to focus on supporting smaller creators with original content. So Instagram is essentially saying this: we're tired of the game playing, guys. It's about time. Tired of the game playing, right? It means you can't hack your way to success. Well, here's the reality, guys. You guys all know about all the fake bots, all of the got a timeout for sarcasm? Global, good one. Guys, there's so much. The history of social for the last 10 years on Instagram and so forth has been a lot of fakery and sorcery and trickery, right? Viral. Listen, to those of you chasing virality, stop. There's no value in it. Why? Because you can buy it. You can buy viral hits. You can buy views. You can buy downloads. Yes, it's marketing social proof, but there's nothing behind it. right? If you want to build truth, you need to build value. And, when I look back at my days at ICUC, looking at my notes here on my phone, when I look back at my days at ICUC, authentic brand voices have always worked and lived longer in the long term, not the short term stuff, right? Yeah, you're going to get a dopamine hit, you're going to get a dopamine spike, but that's it, right? You want to build long, valuable business. All right, let's move to number 3, Jimmy. TikTok, the TikTok. Yeah. ChatGPT is known to make up facts if it cannot answer, but will be fixed eventually from global. Yeah, you know what? It's one of the things I get. I'll make a prediction. It seems like ChatGPT might be moving down the path of Apple. Oh, what does he mean? Well, it wouldn't surprise me. So there's a big player in the game that's right out of the AI world right now. It's not doing fuck all, which is Apple. Left behind. However, they've never been known to be the first of the party. They're not known to be the pioneering company. They're known to be the normalized, publicly accepted, the global company to do things normally. Mass scale, everybody from the young developers to our moms and our dads of the world. Does it make you curious? Like it does me. That OpenAI, ChatGPT, could be a perfect acquisition for Apple. I know there's chatter that it might be Perplexity, but it could be OpenAI. Let me tell you why. So you may or may not know Jony Ive, the guy who designed the iPhone with Steve Jobs, is now part of OpenAI. OpenAI bought his company, Loveform, the design factory that makes cool devices. And you all may know that OpenAI is releasing a physical product to bring physical AI to the world. It makes sense to me that OpenAI and Apple would join forces. Because to Global's comment, it would make sense to me because ChatGPT always seems to give you the answer you want. I sometimes get tired of it, Global, where it's pandering to my positivity. It's constantly doing things to appease me, it seems like. Almost Apple-esque in many ways. Doesn't want to offend me, doesn't want to disrupt me. So it just makes me curious in the world of acquisitions, of big tech acquisitions, where Apple's going to make an acquisition. There's no question about it, guys. My opinion is strong on this one. Maybe it's Perplexity. Maybe it's OpenAI. Maybe it's OpenAI and Apple does a merger. Apple OpenAI. Just saying. It is strikingly curious, though, as we go through that. All right, let's go to number 4. Oh, I'm sorry, TikTok. Yes, the TikTok. Does you guys still TikToking? There was a bunch of words. There was a bunch of news. For a number of months, where TikTok was going to be shut down in the United States. That seems to have died off here. But the TikTok Creator Fund chaos platform struggles with creator monetization. Now, TikTok is facing the classic platform dilemma. How do you monetize without destroying what made you popular, right? They're learning what YouTube figured out years ago. Creator economics are incredibly complex. The original TikTok Creator Fund has officially discontinued in major markets. It's being replaced by creators rewards programs with stricter requirements where creators are reporting significant revenue drops. Now the program requires a 1-minute video, limiting short form creativity. Bottom line is, guys, is that the TikTok Creator Fund is in chaos right now and changes are happening. Isn't all of TikTok in chaos right now? Right? Guys, you can find us on TikTok, Mornings in the Lab. True story. Yep. And Instagram and X. And of course, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Substack. All right, next one on the news list here today, guys, is, LinkedIn. All my LinkedIn friends. So LinkedIn rolls out AI-powered profile writing assistant for premium users. Thank you, Lady Drew. Memberships for Keith and Matthew Roof's shows are available at different prices, and it's assisting the growth of their shows and for all of us to unite together to be better and stronger. Lady Drew, I appreciate you. You are so right. Yes, guys, the money is not going here to buy my wife anything or my kids anything. The money is going back to reinvest into the show. And if you guys see the growth of the show, you guys see the subscribers of the show, you guys see the watch hours of the show going like this, it's because I'm reinvesting in it. True story. And I'm happy to share it in the Mornings in the Lab community. Yes. And I've been sharing some stuff back there behind the scenes. You guys can see the numbers. I'm posting them back there in the scenes. Lady Drew, thanks for putting it out there for you. I appreciate that as much. All right, LinkedIn, guys. Let's get up to the LinkedIn here. So LinkedIn has rolled out an AI-powered profile writing assistance for premium users. Listen, if you're not a premium user on LinkedIn, why not? It's the question I would have. Just curious. Right? LinkedIn is essentially democratizing professional copywriting. Speaking of LinkedIn, speaking of comment, Perplexity. No, I'm going to get back to Perplexity comment in a quick second. Let's stay on this one here. So for LinkedIn, if you're a professional user, it's smart for them because better profiles mean more engagement, right? So it's also a warning shot to personal branding consultants that the platforms are building the tools that replace traditional services. Yes. And looking at my comments here, that so when you see LinkedIn doing this, it's really the future of professional services. AI handling the basics, humans focusing on strategy and authenticity. You know, it's funny. I saw a company that I know, ICC, hiring a social strategist recently, and I got to be honest. I was like, why? Love all my folks still working at ICC. Great leadership over there. Driving the company, but I saw the requirement for social strategist, and it makes me curious as to what a social strategist is doing in 2025 when I have AI doing all my strategy and I have humans implementing the strategy. Just being curious. All right, number 5, guys, in the news topics for today in the lab intel, the YouTube creator update. YouTube launching refreshed advanced mode in June, focusing on AI-powered content optimization and audience insights. So essentially, guys, YouTube is doubling down on being the professional creator platform, and I can see it. Hence, we are leaning more than ever into YouTube, launching our community here, investing our time here, building the biggest morning show on the planet, the biggest live morning show network here on the planet, starting with Kindness Rising, Matt Roof, 7:30 Eastern Time, followed by Mornings Lab with Keith and John, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, followed by Inside the Lab with Keith Bilous at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, followed by this, followed by that, followed by every show under the sun, right here on the Mornings Lab Network. Yes, but YouTube is big time investing in it. While TikTok struggles with creator monetization, YouTube, as Global has said, the biggest TV platform on the planet. It is. Not Netflix, it's YouTube. Yes. So, this is exactly the kind of infrastructure that YouTube is putting inside the business that separates platforms that last from platforms that fade. So I'm excited about where YouTube is going. And my goal here, as long as we play by the rules, we can all have some fun doing this. So there's your lab intel, guys. This morning, we talked about OpenAI's growth. We talked about Instagram's algorithm changes. We talked about some of the changes happening at LinkedIn. And guys, my goal is every single day, listen, let's just fucking put some truth here. There was not much value in that, but it's 1% more than it was yesterday. And I promise you guys, 1% more tomorrow. And then I promise you 1% more the next day. Yes, because I want to keep delivering value to you guys every single day here on the show. All right, so I'm going to get into, I think I'll do sunglasses off for the business side of this. Is that what we should do here? So it kind of comes, I can even do hats off too. Show off the big forehead. But I want to talk a little about the stack that we use on the show here. People are always asking me, so Keith, what's your tech stack?
What's your tech stack, Keith? What do you guys use to grow your business, Keith? What's the tools? Do you use ChatGPT?
All right, here's what we use. So here's how our stack works. Perplexity. Perplexity has become our source. I'm going to use the word source of truth. Oh, Uncle Keith is using AI for truth. It just must be full of hallucinations. You know, I got an opinion on this. I had a call with somebody yesterday about hallucinations. Does AI hallucinate? Yes. Is it 2023? No. That's all I got to say. It's as simple as that. Perplexity is our source of truth. Why? It's great. It's a great platform. If you guys are not using Perplexity, I would invite you guys to check out Perplexity. So how we use Perplexity is this. We find an article, we find a source, we find something we want to learn about. We run it through Perplexity Deep Research. And we use Perplexity as our way to source out and to what's the word I'm looking for? It's to curate the truth. So if I find it on Perplexity, if I find it on X, if I find it on Western media, I come around to the fact that there must be some reality with it, that I'm going to lean into it. There must be some truth to it. And then I work as a 50 some odd year old man to recognize whether it's hallucinating or whether there's truth to it. Right? So Perplexity is one of our main purveyors of truth. So our news segment at the top of the show and the news segment at this top of the show is largely powered by Perplexity. Number 2 on the tech stack. X. These aren't listed in any order. X, Grok. Right? So you're thinking X for tech stack? Yeah. A lot of goodness in X, man. And a lot of goodness in Grok. Have you guys tried out Grok? I know some of you guys might be anti-Elon fans. Bernard, you an Elon fan? Global, you an Elon fan? And we're not talking about love. We're just talking, listen, would you bet against Elon? I'm not talking about Elon's politics. I'm talking purely what he's doing with Grok. I would not bet against that motherfucker. Would not bet against Elon. Hence, leaning into Grok. Grok is good. Grok is beyond good. They just turned on image making last week. They just turned on video creation this morning. Yep. And it is solid. And if you look at what they did technically to build that server cluster, that big building of, I'll keep it simple, with all these computers to build their AI in a matter of weeks, unheard of. So with a guy with that kind of wealth, with a guy with that kind of knowledge, I would not bet against Grok, you guys. If you haven't used Grok, I would invite you. It is so unlike any other AI on the planet. Yeah, B-Drive, I'm there with you, brother. You know what, B-Drive? So I was flying home from Boston back in my early days and was reading a Puff story on Elon. And that Puff story is what drove me to buy my Tesla back in the early days, my Roadster. Yep, because I saw the guy's vision. I was like, yeah, I can see that vision. Seems to make sense to me. So speaking of vision, all you got to do is look at some of the robotaxi markets. Think about this, right? I saw somebody in the robotaxi using Starlink to chat with the Cybertruck behind them. Like just the whole, the vertically integrated business that is being created there. People just can't wrap their heads around. All right, talking tech stack. Grok is one of the next ones. All right, so we got Perplexity. We use Grok. We also use ChatGPT. And ChatGPT has become like our general AI. I use it for many things, actually. It's become like my trusty assistant. I've been using it for a couple years now where there's so much knowledge about me and the business we're building where it's like having a trusty sidekick like Jimmy on my side here, right? So ChatGPT is a big part of our tech stack as well. What do I use it for? I use it to create show scripts. I use it to research topics for the show. I use it to help me with creative ideas. I use it to create image prompts. I use it to create video prompts. I use a therapist. What, Keith? True story. There's times when my brain's messy. I'm out for a walk. And I got to get some shit off my chest. Talk to ChatGPT. Get it out there into a big conversation. And now that your conversations and your memory goes across conversations, pretty powerful stuff. So ChatGPT is also part of our stack. So we got Perplexity. We got Grok. We got ChatGPT. Images. We use Higgsfield. Higgsfield AI. You're like, what? Yeah, Higgsfield. Higgsfiled. We are going to be sharing these tools in the coming shows when I'm a little more prepared than I was today. But hey, we got after today to bring this third hour to the show here. So Higgsfield is a wonderful, wonderful image generating tool that if you guys have been spending any time looking at our thumbnails as of late, it's because of that. I've been able to create a consistent character of myself, Jon Andersen, Matt Roof, and create this incredibly real content using Higgsfield. And then what you can do with Higgsfield, you can take that content and turn it into a video. Yes. So using Higgsfield, we create video content. So the videos you guys are seeing on this channel, on X, on LinkedIn, on Substack, anywhere we got our content coming out. Our workflow it's actually quite simple. It's we find a topic, and then I'm just looking for some tunes here, guys. I like having the tunes managed here. We find the topic. We then create the visual aspects of that topic behind it. There we go. We then will use Higgsfield to bring the topic to life. And then using Higgsfield and Google Veo 3, we turn it into video. So segueing to the third step. Oh, so Jimmy, I just learned something. The screen here below me doesn't last longer than the show. Guess needs to get a solution. Yeah, battery's dead. True story. All right, so Higgsfield and Google Veo. Google Veo is the other part of our tech stack. Veo is the video machine brought to life by Google, and it is awesome. It is beyond awesome. Oh, the battery's not dead. It just went off me for a super second. It is beyond awesome, you guys. It is the only video generation tool in the market that generates audio, video, and sound effects all in one fell swoop. Now, if you guys are seeing any of the content that we are making, hey, Jimmy, do you have a fun clip to play? Just something ridiculous? If you do, run it, because I want to tell folks how that was made with Veo. If you have something goofy there, let's just pull it up on the stage here with a Google Veo clip, whether it's a transition clip or Keith singing or one of those stupid ones. Just run it when you get a second.
Yesterday's fire still smolders.
That's Uncle Keith made there with a. So how did I do that? I took my picture. I then took my picture and I converted into Veo has a service called has a feature that says first frame to video. So it takes the picture and starts from the picture and turns it into a video. So I was able to then use that as the video for that. I was able to use that picture that was created with Higgsfield to turn it into a video. And not like the old school moving pictures type things where we're taught where it's filling in the last frames. No, we're actually talking about full on making video from the last frame, which is actually pretty slick. I'd invite you guys to check out Google Veo. And as I keep dropping prompts in the Mornings in the Lab community, I will teach you guys how to make some of those same videos. Right, and the tools to use along the way. But to get those prompts and to get the tools, you got to be a member of the Mornings Lab community. So as I dropped some stuff back there last week, and here's some simple stuff, guys. If you guys got brand logos, if you guys have brand content that is consistent, let's use logo for example. And you're like, I want to bring a logo to life. Well, I can show you how to do that using Google Veo, but also with Grok. Check this out, guys. So this morning, Grok released their ability to make images, and I made a really cool image with our logo, and it just automatically made it into video with just a push of the button. I'm going to pull it up and show it to you guys. But this was made with Grok. Right, and actually has audio with it too. So, right, so I will drop these prompts in the Mornings in the Lab community for you guys to learn how to make these things yourself. And it's as simple as this. Simple as this. You guys all have brands you're building. Global, B-Drive, right? Holroyd, Lady Drew. You guys have business you're building. You got a logo? I will show you how to bring your logo to life and make cool content using your logo. So basically, going to give you the prompt that I've used. Take out my logo, modify it to yours, and off you go. Better yet, here's what I do. True story. Here's what I do. I take a prompt. I take my logo. I give it to ChatGPT and I say, make this prompt mine based on what you know about me. It then takes the original prompt, recreates a brand new prompt, true story, using what I've taught it about my brand to create me a brand new prompt. So then I can go make my own stuff. I'm giving you guys the same stuff in the Mornings Lab community. True story. So again, global, just looking at you, for example, if you're like, I want to create some social media content, because you guys will go out there and you'll spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for this content. People are going to charge you $500, $1,000 to make content. I'm teaching you how to do it for free, DIY, or we can do a paid solution as well. But let's just talk about the free stuff right now. So I'm giving you guys the prompts. I'm giving you guys the tips. All you have to do is replace your logo with my logo. And there you go. Bob's your uncle. True story. True story. Yes. I appreciate you, Global. Mornings Lab, helping others, priceless. That's what we're going to do here, man. My goal with this third hour is to help. Give. So we can turn it into monetization of people that are like, okay, I got the free stuff, but I really want some paid stuff, because we are, at the end of the day, building a paid business here at Mornings in the Lab. Okay, so we're at the bottom of the third hour here. Jimmy, holy smokes, I can't believe I'm here at the third hour here, just talking away, and I hope I'm adding value with what I'm providing to you guys. All right, let me see here. What else do I got here for you guys? We've talked. Okay, so here's how it would typically work. Because what I think I'm going to do here is we're going to work towards wrapping it up. But before we do that, I'm going to come to the community. If you guys got comments or questions about how I'm using AI, if you guys got comments or questions about social media, if you guys got comments or questions about digital marketing in today's world, please drop them in the comments right now, because I'm giving you guys a heads up. We are going to work towards wrapping up, right? But if you guys got comments or questions, I want to get to them right now live on the show. Listen. There is not a live conversation happening Monday to Friday anywhere on the planet that's going to bring you the nuggets that I'm going to bring you every single day, or Jon Andersen is going to bring you every single day. True story. So stick around. 10 o'clock Eastern time. We got Inside the Lab with Keith Bilous, giving you nuggets of information. Like I said, if you guys got questions around your business, you have questions about how to grow your business using AI, you have questions about how to grow your business using social media, you have questions about how to use any of it in today's world, come join me in the community. Come drop your questions. Come drop your comments. Be Drive. I'm hopeful the community I bring realizes the value to building their channels with your help. Bernard, I'm with you, but you know what? Let's talk about this for a few minutes, man. So I've had a number of people reach out to me as of late about growing my YouTube channel. Can I tell you guys what my response is? It's not 1995. It's not 2000. Too many of you, not painting you guys a brush. Too many of us right now are thinking that we're growing like yesterday. Guys, the world's completely changed. SEO is being replaced. Oh, here's something else. We could talk generative engine optimization. You don't need an SEI optimized website. What? Did he just say that? I did. Yeah, hang on that. No, you need content that is made and built for the AI out there, not wordy, responsive content. Right? So folks in the YouTube, there's a lot of YouTube marketers out there selling you tactics and tricks from yesterday. You'll get a lot of folks come to you saying, hey, I can tag your content. I can put hashtags. Hashtags are not relevant in 2025 on YouTube, you guys. There is the hook. There's the tease. Stop spending money, wasting time, creating hashtags for your YouTube content. Just stop. I have a better idea for you. Better idea for you. The better idea? Create meaningful content for your community. Put yourself in your community shoes. Put yourself in your community's presence and ask yourself, what do they want to hear? What do they want to learn from you? Start there. Don't be focused on worrying about hashtags. Don't be focused on creating viral stuff. A lot of fakery out there, guys. A lot of fakery out there on the YouTube platform. Stay focused on the right things, not the shiny squirrels. So how do you build YouTube in 2025? You build community. True story. You build highly engaging content. You encourage people to stick around. You do live conversations like we're doing every single day here. You invite the community in. True story, right? You engage with the community in 2025. Is there a place for viral content? 100%. Short-lived? More than 100%. Today's world of YouTube is focusing on community engagement, getting people involved in the conversation. Some of the questions I'm asked, and some of the questions you look at is, well, do I need shorts to grow my YouTube channel, or do I need long form videos? Well, what works best for you? Is it shorts or is it long form? I'll tell you something I'm learning. On the short side of things, shorter is definitely better than longer. Yeah. So I know we got 3-minute shorts, but in my experience, might be finding that the shorter shorts are performing better than the longer shorts, right? So find what works best for you guys. Let me see here. B Drive coming in with looking forward to getting better video equipment so I can get into the bees and the tech. Teach. Yes. And guys, my goal here also is to get to a session here where perhaps we're doing a paid teaching session on Wednesdays or Fridays or one day of the week, right? Where I will pull back the kimono on how I'm doing things, right? You guys want to learn how to make thumbnails for a YouTube channel? I'll teach you. Right? You want to start a live conversation? I'll teach you. True story. You want a show on the Mornings in the Lab live network? We've got space available for you, right? It all starts here on Mornings in the Lab, the live network right here at 7:30 Eastern time. Myself with Matt Roof at 7:30. Okay, so Jimmy, I think what we're going to do is we're going to wrap up our 3.5 hour today. Looking to the community for comments. If you guys have anything you want to get out there for the rest of the day here, let's get it out there. So hey, B Drive, shorts get views and easier to produce, more authentic. That's the other thing. YouTube is prioritizing authentic content more so than the overproduced stuff. Now, I'm not saying what we're doing here is overproduced. It's authentic and produced. There's a difference, right? Headless video channels are doing very well as well on YouTube, right? But good time, Jimmy. I was wondering where good time was, and I've just made my day. Not I. Good time. You just made my day, brother. You just made my day. I was saying to Melissa last week, I was wondering where you were. You see familiar names and you get nervous, wondering where they were. So when I see your comments there, I'm going to read in between the lines. You had a health setback. I hope you're well, brother. I'm really excited to have you here. I hope to see you back here tomorrow. Dude, global, fuck, man. Good time. You guys are awesome, man. Jesus, Murphy. Good time. You've missed out on some substance, brother, so I'm going to bring you up to speed because you've been an OG with us too. Even though Holroyd's the original OG. But Good Time, actually, I don't know about Good Time because Good Time, we have to kick you off. Actually, Holroyd Good Time might even be the original because we banned him on day one. But anyways, Good Time. We're moving our conversations from, yes, Melissa, I know I'm glad you said that too, at a Good Time. We're all really happy here today to have a good time in the community. So Good Time, here's what's happening, brother. We now are, I'm going to tell you what's going on, man. So we're moving the morning loop to a 30-minute segment, Good Time. So 30 minutes of the morning loop here, 8 o'clock Eastern time. We're moving current events and news we can all lean into so you guys can leave the first 30 minutes with unpredictable stuff like, holy shit, I learned something today. Second 30 minutes, we're doing guests. Today we had an awesome dude who helped his wife cure her type 2 diabetes, changed his whole life through a transformation when he had to go get himself healthy. Top of the second hour, Good Time, we talked about how stopping I love you to my wife changed our relationship. And then we talked a little bit about what we're building here, buddy. And then we got into the community corner, as you always know. And then this third hour, Good Time, we're leaning into what we're calling Inside the AI Lab with Keith Bilous. I am sharing how I'm building this brand new platform, this brand new company you guys are all seeing, the Mornings in the Lab live network. And I'm sharing the AI tools I'm using. I'm sharing the digital marketing tools I'm using. I'm sharing all the experience and expertise that I learned back at Growing ICUC. I'm wrapping it all up and putting it onto the table and sharing it with all of you guys. So the fact that we're still live here and you join right now makes me so happy, man. So this last hour here is really more the business side, taking the glasses off. My goal here is to move to a different set and have a whole different look for this third hour of the show. So if all things go to plan, by Friday, we're over there. And by Friday, it's a whole new look to this show, which is Inside the Lab as part of our Mornings in the Lab live network experience. Back to the comments. Global, I appreciate you for the walnut funds. Good Time, I appreciate your $1.99 and Good Time. Man, I am really, really happy to see you here in the community. And I would invite you, if you want to send me a text, 431-300-3005. But please come join us in the community after the show. There it is right there, 431-300-3005. But guys, after the show, I want to keep the conversation going in the Mornings in the Lab community on YouTube. Okay? So I really want to see you guys after. That's how we're going to fill the gaps, right? We go live every single day to get up out of bed and help each other get on with our day, help each other build our businesses. We started at 7:30 Eastern time at Matt Roof. We ended at 11 o'clock here with myself. And then my goal, my vision is to get you guys, for all of us, to get into the community, engage, provoke, have some fun, and then get back up after it the next morning. Jimmy, let's see that poll, man. I forgot we had a poll there. I actually forgot we had a poll. Jimmy, can you do that there for me? Yeah, I want to see that there. Okay, so we had a poll. No. Okay. Those that know me are saying, okay, is he gonna pull the joke out? Is he gonna pull the joke out? No pull jokes today. Melissa's like, no, I don't fucking do it. No pull jokes today. Okay, guys, I want to hear from you before the show, even though the show's already happened. I'll revisit it tomorrow. Go check out the poll in the community. Today we talked about how stopping I love you to my wife changed our relationship. The poll question was, what's more powerful to you? Vote in the poll and let us know your answer. Hearing I love you every single day or receiving a significant, special, thoughtful compliment once a week. What is it? Let me see your answers in the Mornings Live community, and we'll get after it and break it down tomorrow. Asiatic 777, the play on pimp. What's going on, brother? Good to have you here in the Mornings Live community here this morning on the show. The store clerk calls me honey. Oh, good job, Global. What's going on, Asiatic 777? I've seen you here on our show before. I'm glad you dropped into the show here today. How's your day? Asiatic, we were just about to wrap up, but I see you dropped in. I'm having a conversation with you right now and see what's shaking in your world. Guys, if you want to join the show right now, you can. I react and say, that's my name, Global. Global's name is Honey. There we go. You know what's funny, guys? You ever found, so I'll tell you guys something funny. We had a little funny experience last night. Lauren and I went over and had some dinner last night and had some pizza. Yeah, I had some pizza. I'm sharing this with you because John's not here. You guys will notice something, and I'll share things when John's not here so he doesn't give me shit. Right. So yeah, I had some pizza yesterday with my beautiful wife. And then there was a table who ordered a pizza. So we were sitting inside the restaurant and there's a table sitting outside the restaurant, and the pizza walked by us. And my wife and I, Lauren and I looked and we're like, hey, we should grab a slice of pizza from that pie over there while they walked it out. Could you imagine receiving a pizza from the restaurant with one slice removed? And the guy at the table over there, me, was eating it? Is that just funny or ridiculous? I thought it was pretty funny. I was going to do it yesterday. Like, I'll grab a slice of that pizza. And then you get the pizza to your desk and there's only the whole pizza with one slice removed. Good time. It was actually a ham and pineapple pizza though that I was going to grab a piece from. Asiatic, what's going on, man? Where are you joining me from here today? I know I've seen you on the channel here today before. Good time. I love pineapple on my pizza. I absolutely love pineapple. You guys, so it's funny. Hey, Melissa, there's a topic that drives discussion. Pineapple on pizza or pineapple not on pizza. It's incredible, actually, how many people have an opinion on pineapple on pizza. I love pineapple on pizza. Ham, pineapple, a lot of extra cheese. Oh, my God. Get after it. Get after it. Get after it. Asiatic joining me from Wyoming. Appreciate you, brother. Wasn't it a part of... Yes, you were. That's exactly it. No, you're absolutely right there. I remember you, Asiatic. I absolutely remember you here on the show. It was part of our buffet. We had a conversation with Jimmy Buffett last week, guys, about what Jimmy Buffett eats. You know, that was funny because... We hear about all these longevity experts. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to do cold baths. You got to do all these crazy things. And then you got Buffett just crushing fucking McDonald's, crushing Cokes, crushing all this crazy food left and right. One non-negotiable, just sleep. He's like, yeah, I'm going to eat shitty. I'm going to have a wonderful life, but I'm going to get my sleep in. So there's your longevity experience, your longevity advice on behalf of Warren Buffett and Keith Bilous here on Mornings in the Lab right here on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network. Jimmy in with a comment, pineapple on a pizza? We call it Hawaiian pizza. Yeah, me too. 100%. So we call it here in Canada. Jimmy Buffett always, no, not Jimmy Buffett, Asiatic. I'm talking about Warren Buffett, brother. Hey, didn't Jimmy? I got a question. So hear me clearly with this one because I don't know the facts. Did Jimmy Buffett pass? Why do I think that? Community, did Jimmy Buffett pass? I think that Jimmy Buffett passed a couple years ago. Maybe not. I could be wrong, but I feel like he passed. I don't know. For some reason, I got that in my head here. Good time, upside down pineapple. Melissa refuses to talk about pineapple on anything. And good time, you never tried. Good time. Dude, you got to try it, man. You got to try pineapple on pizza with lots of cheese. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. You got to try it with lots of cheese there. So, yes, I thought so too. You know what? Hey, let's do it right now on the show. Let's do it here. Let's pull up the old perplexity and ask it, did Jimmy Buffett die? Yes, I knew he did. 2023. Thanks, Jimmy. Yeah, the beloved songwriter passed away at his home in Sag Harbor on Friday, September 1st, 2023, surrounded by family and friends. Yes, 76 years old. Yeah, Jimmy Buffett, man. Yeah, he was awesome. Jimmy Buffett, dude. So good. So good. We got Asiatic Godfather's Taco Deep Dish Pizza. Oh my God. You guys deep dish or thin? I'm a thin slicer. I'm a thin crust. So you know what I like to do? You know what I like to do? And if Maurice is listening, he knows. It's cheese. I love having a thicker cheese crust than I do the bottom crust. That is a true motherfucking story. And I think my arteries like it as well. Man, I love the cheese, man. I love the cheese in my pizza. So when I'm ordering pizza, it is always at least triple cheese, extra. So they get their extra. Like, no, I got at least triple, quadruple. I want the cheese crust thicker than the bottom crust. Good time. I don't like stuffed crust. You know, it's interesting. Good time because I'm kind of there with you actually. So I love cheese, but something about stuffed crust, I don't know, just doesn't seem to doesn't seem to wet my whistle. Yeah, I said wet my whistle. That's like drawers or knickers like we talked about last week. Yeah, there's something about good time. What don't you like about cheese in the crust? I know for me, I think I've seen how it's like. It's basically a big fucking hunk of cheese that they wrap around the dough, right? And the dough curls around it. And like don't misunderstand me. I love it, but I also I don't know. I maybe I just had not the best experiences with my stuffed crust cheese pizza. Yeah, good time. I'm with you, man. I know it doesn't seem to taste the same. Yeah. And then Global, Handsome Chief Cooking Show with the first episode, Make Pizza. Yeah, so the show is about AI, but we got into food here. But here's the thing, guys. I hope you guys noticed about me. I am more than happy to pivot to the community. And actually, kudos to Bernard, because Bernard's like, hey, man, I noticed you're really good with the community. Dude, that's what I grew my career on the community. I built my career on building a social media community, content management, content monitoring business. So I know
just a smidgen about community, just a little bit, like just a smidgen about it. I know a little about moderating it, managing it, growing it, just a smidgen.
So I'll always lean into community. And it's funny, man. Oh, fuck. I got a rant alert. How many big brands I talked to back in the olden days? Yeah. Back when it was called Twitter. Like, yeah, I want to start a community. I'm like, oh yeah? But we want to try it out for a few months. No. Could you imagine? Yeah, I want to invite you guys all here. If it doesn't work, we're going to close it up. Listen, if you're living in a world of absolutes, like, a year from now is going to be here and you're building a business, well, community might be the most important thing. It's not a dabble. It's not a part-time. No, it's a commitment. Yes, it's a commitment. Because the more you give to your community, the more your community gives back to you. But there's a commitment with intention. So, it goes back to I want to be a 1%er. Well, if you want to be a fucking 1%er, get after it. It's not 80% of the time. Yeah, but Keith, I worked out Monday to Friday. But Keith, I did my social media on Friday. What'd you do on Saturday? Oh, I had some stuff. Oh, yeah? What'd you do on Sunday? What? No, it doesn't work that way. I go at it 18 hours a day, 5 days a week. Business is competitive. If you're not competing in business, you're getting left behind. Mike Sullivan, you're adding value, and both God and karma reward you for every good deed many, many times over, both in materialistic and other ways. Mike Sullivan, I'm with you, man. I'm 1,000%. And I know from fact, I was that guy that cashed that check on the Friday. Woke up on Monday wondering, what the fuck? Now what? No purpose, lost. Now I'm building this, making zero money. And I'm not here to make anybody feel guilty. Just putting the facts on the table. Because I believe in what we're building. I believe in all of you. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because I know you guys all believe in me. It's a two-way street. So if you guys keep showing up with me and throwing $1 here and $10 there and join our community, I got to promise, man, as a nice Canadian here, to keep showing up to help you guys get up and get after it. You know what makes me feel really good, guys? Everybody in the community, ears up. Good Time got up today after stepping away to take care of life. Says, hey, I'm going to go check out, see if the guys are still there. Guess what? dials in, who's here? Mornings in the Lab. I've talked to a lot of folks in the last little while who are like, yeah, I want to start a podcast. I'm like, why? To be like everybody else? To fail like everybody else? Yeah, you heard me. To fail like everybody else. If you have a podcast, or if you're wanting to start a podcast, why? To fail? No, you see, what this daily show does, I'll tell you guys a secret. This daily show is actually not about you guys. So, Melissa, here's the fucking secret for the whole world. This daily show has nothing to do with any of you. Any of you. Fuck. When, Melissa, when will the light go on for folks that want to be the 1%? When? The show's about me. I have a commitment every single day to myself to get up to do this. Why? Because I said it publicly. And when I say something publicly, I do it. I told you guys a few months ago I was doing a third hour. And things just weren't coming together with the person I was going to do it with. So like, fuck, I said I'm going to do it. So I did it today. I didn't wait till next Monday. Didn't wait till next Thursday. No, I started it today. Was I ready? No, I wasn't fucking ready at all. I was not ready at all for this. But I'm doing this for me, to keep myself accountable, to keep myself focused, to keep building my dream, my vision, to inspire all of you. So if you all think this is about you, it's all about fucking me. This is an accountability show to get me up and get after it. To be the shepherd. To teach you all to be a shepherd. So don't mistake it. So to all of you guys that want to be the 1%, do it for yourself. Get up, make a public commitment, and hold on to it. And oh, by the way, you'll get your fucking podcast out of your live show. You might even show some vulnerability. You might even have some people lean into who you are as a human. Ask Matt Roof. Just a little bit of passion about this. I'm just tired of people wanting, but don't want to put that fucking work in. Yep. Whew. All right. We go to the comments before we wrap it up here. Thor Squad, don't need to answer your personal, but ideas on funding the minimum of life, bills, food, transportation. Thor Squad, I'm curious about your question. Don't need to answer your personal, but ideas on funding the minimum of life, bills, food, transportation. I'm not sure if I know exactly what you're asking, Thor Squad. So please, I got all the time in the world for you, brother. I really do. So please throw it back to me here again. Thank you, good time. Thank you. I mean it, man. I mean it. The same way I started this thing. When I started the show to start with, I'm like, I got to do this for myself. Because here's what happens. If I don't get up, I fucking wallow. I get lost. I don't do what I'm supposed to do. I'm an addict. And some of my addictions aren't to good things. But I'm addicted to this. I'm addicted to building. I'm addicted to growing. And this puts me in a space to grow. Like I know so many fucking people want to grow, but don't know how to do it. All right. Roseanne Roof. Jimmy, we got Roseanne joining us here this morning. Hey, Roseanne, I get a text from your son on Friday. Sorry, Maddie, I just got to call it out. And she's like, oh, man, I heard my mom joined your show. I'm like, oh, she sure did. He goes, and I heard she talked with you. I said, oh, she sure did. He's like, I hope it wasn't too awkward. I says, no, it was fucking awesome. Roseanne, you are always welcome here on the live Mornings in the Lab live network. And, I know Roseanne gets after it every single morning with Matt, 7:30 on Kindness Rising. Every day I have you between my prayers and my rosary for your daily success. So I appreciate you so much. I'm going to go back into the comments here, Jimmy, and read them as we wrap up. I did not expect this, you guys. And here's the thing, too. I guess I got to stay on this, too. You guys inspire me. When I know you guys are standing outside the door, I'm like, I got to get up there and hang out with you guys. And if you guys would have saw it, and I hope you guys, good time. If you haven't, please do. Go look at the results that I posted privately for my community. Our community. Sorry, I apologize. I posted the results in our community, the Mornings in the Lab community, of all the great work we're doing to show the growth we're creating here in the lab. It's in the Mornings Lab community. So I invite you guys to check it out. Not blowing smoke up your ass. I want to show you guys what we're doing here. All right, so I'm looking here in the comments. Yes, B Drive, 2 huge square pizzas in a box. I love it, man. I fucking love pizza so much. Thor Squad, don't need to answer your personal, but ideas on funding the minimum of life bills, food, transportation. Thor Squad, I'd like to talk more about that with you. So I got an invitation for you, Thor Squad. I do. True story. Jimmy, let's put the phone number up. Thor Squad, text me, 400-431-3305. Send me a text. Let's have a conversation. Or Thor Squad, let's have a conversation in the Mornings Lab community on the channel. So either or, but I want to keep it going with you. I want to do what I can to help you. Oh, how do I afford building a company? I'll tell you how I afford building a company. Great question. So, and I'm going to be very blunt and honest. I've been fortunate, but not because I was handed a silver spoon. I fucking worked my ass off to become a 1%er to sell my previous company for $50 million. Because of that, it's given me some leeway to invest that money into what I'm doing here today. But I also have an incredibly supportive wife who gets up and gets after it every single day. So between the two of us, we are able to, get up and have our life. And I'll just be transparent, guys. I'm funding this myself out of my pocket because I believe in it big time. So, we're making different decisions around here. And here's the thing that people always get caught up with. Oh, you sold your business for a lot of money. Yeah, but it wasn't fucking yesterday, man. I got a life. I got kids. I'm young. I got 50 years at least to live. And fuck, man, what am I going to do? Sit around and be bored and die? So I'd rather get up, get after it, inspire myself to be inspired by all of you. So I started a new company. And you're seeing it right here in front of all you guys. And something's happened in the last few weeks, which has triggered this momentum. And I got to say, I think a lot of it has been driven by a few people. True story. Lady Drew, Adam Holroyd, Bernard B. Drive, Good Time, Global, Mike Sullivan. Your guys' commitment to this has reinforced. Not even reinforced. It's just, re-energized. Not even re-energized. There's just lots happening. I can feel the momentum happening on this show, all because of you guys. Like I said, I'm just simply the shepherd. B-Drive, Big Endorphin. Yes, Mike Sullivan. I remember Good Time from June of 2024. Yes, Good Time. I got banned the first day. So true. What's up, batshit crazy? Yes. Oh, man, my heart is so full here today, man. So full, so full. Bernard, best ways to start with your gifts, your talents you love, and building a community that resonates with that. Yes, global housing, 29%, taxes, 14%, transportation. Oh, breaking it down, eh? Nicely done. Global, nicely done. I live in Canada. 52% taxes. Yep, true story. Was having a conversation with my daughter about taxes last week. She's 15, working for me now. And I paid her last week, right? It's like I cut her a check and I gave her some money. And I said to her, I'm like, so this is not taxes. She goes, what do you mean? I go, so if you were living in the real world, you would take home 50% of that less. She's like, I go, yeah. Welcome to Canada, baby. Yeah, welcome to Canada. Here's $1. Here's 52 cents of it back. I'll gladly take my 48 cents. Really? Yeah, that's the world we live in. Thor Squad, OG, taxes 30%, exit strategy, yes. So Thor Squad, the goal with this thing is to build this baby up, right? And again, I'll keep sharing vision. Others have built podcast networks. We are building a live morning show network. I believe the mornings is the last bastion of real-time live conversation. Why? Because you see it here on this show every single day. We get up, what do? We communicate. We create community. We want to join our community, right? In the olden days, we got up, turned the radio on, turned the TV on. Now we turn our socials on. And now I'm giving you guys a place for us all to come together on this morning show. So my vision is to create the biggest morning show platform on the planet. And Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Nicole, which started first, which moved it to Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. And now Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and Friends is now part of the Mornings in the Lab live network. Kicked off with Matt Roof. 7:30 every single day. Kindness Rising. Guys, I always joke. You see a Howard Stern character on this show often, but who you're really looking at is Ted Turner. Yep. Big business plans here behind the scenes. All right, B Drive. So you have to reinvent repeatedly to avoid taxation and build faster. Yes. Good time. I do, good time. I drive an old Jeep, man. I'll put some pictures in the community so you guys can see. You guys, so it's funny because when I met my wife here, my second wife, she's like, hey, you know, I know you have that Roadster. That doesn't really interest me. You have an old Jeep that doesn't really work. That interests me. True story. All right, I'm getting to it, Jimmy. Individual purchase of taxes too. Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. Batshit unearned income. Melissa from Team Mornings in the Lab. Here it is, guys, behind the scenes. Keith, I don't think we're going to fill up the time. Also, Keith, Jimmy, look at the time. That's every time. You guys always give me something to talk about, Melissa. All these squirrels in our feed just keep me interested. We get batshit, hey, driver. Income is actually a funny definition. We pay tax on wages, which is against the Constitution. Yeah, let's go ahead and head for 12. You guys are keeping me here, man. Jesus, Murphy. All right, okay, listen. Uncle Keith's got a roll here. Jimmy, can I go? You know what I've learned here, guys? You guys notice this? I've been here for 3 hours. Yeah. What do you think my bladder's feeling right now? You think I'm going to frolic out of here to the restroom? All right, well, listen. I think it's time to wrap it up because we can clearly keep this show going. Hey, Bernard, ears up. Where are we going to keep this conversation going, Bernard? Global. Where are we going to keep this conversation going? Good time. Where are we going to keep this conversation going? Who's going to write it first? Thor Squad, WhatsApp. Where are we keeping the conversation going? I'm watching. Who's going to be the first one up there? Lady Drew, where are we keeping the conversation going? All right, good time. I'm going to be here now every single day for the third hour, for sure. I've had to, you guys talking dogs on the show here today? I had to have a chat with my dog this morning. I said, hey, you're not getting out for your shit after the hour two. She looks at me like, huh? Well, yeah, you're going to have to hold it for one more hour. Uncle Keith's got another hour of work to do. So, anyways, you guys, come on. I didn't see your answer. The Mornings in the Lab community. It is where I will see you guys after the show. All right? Yeah, on my short videos. Oh, man, I love you guys. We'll see you guys in the Mornings in the Lab community over on YouTube. You know where to find us. And we're back here tomorrow. Yeah, you know what? Mike Sullivan's got a comment. Short reels are better since many people's attention spans are lowered. Guys, Bernard, I got an invitation for you. Keep your videos, Roofy, keep those videos less than 30 seconds, less than 20 seconds. Trust me. 15 to 18 seconds is magical these days. Actually, my 8-second videos that I'm promoting, like these 12-second videos, performing through the fucking roof. Yeah. All right. Well, no, not that one. I think it's this one here. Nope, not that one. I think it's this one here. There it is there. All right. Well, I'm now going to say goodbye. Bernard, do the dogs know they change? Yeah, exactly, Bernard. I had to have a conversation with the dogs. Oh, man. All right, guys. Well, listen, on behalf of me and Marshall back there, I'm your host. Yeah, good time. 6 seconds is a sweet spot. 15 or less. Yeah, I'm with you, man. You guys are bang on. Hey, over on X, you guys remember Vine back when Twitter was Twitter and it was those 8-second videos? Well, just a heads up. This is an AI hour. Grok has brought back Vine. It's fun, man. 6-second clips, ridiculous. It's going to be meme fucking central over on X. And we're going to talk more about that on tomorrow's show. So, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock right here. But most importantly, 7:30 right here. Matt Roof, Kindness Rising, followed by 8 o'clock. Mornings in the Lab. Tomorrow, David Meltzer, Jerry Maguire, guys. Jerry Maguire, the real life Jerry Maguire, going to be on the show at 8:30 Eastern time. So I invite you guys to hang out for that one. David Meltzer. And then, we got a second guest tomorrow. Oh, looks like we're going to be here for 4 hours tomorrow. Gary Callis Jr. for the Community Corner. And then the brutal truth about dad bod. Oh, yeah, guys, bring your dad bod to the show tomorrow. What your gut is really telling you. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock, right here. I'm out of here. I'm Keith. Bilous, Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John and all my friends on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network every single day right here on YouTube. See you guys later.